Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 96. Don't mess up another one, dude. You mess up every single one.
Late 90s, homie. When he changed number 10 to 96 because Alexander McGillney was there.
Why did you say Peter Kleeman was 85?
Because I'm fucking dumb, maybe. Maybe. Is that what it is? Fine.
Okay, so Matt Duchene is 96.
No, he's not. He's 95.
Well, I meant 95. I should have said him last time.
Motherfucker. 96 is
Tomas Holmstrom.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we're on to something.
There you go. Okay, another 96. No, I just remember 96 was Pavel Bure. He changed his number, and I was like, dang, dog. I'm like, okay, I still love you because you're awesome. But then
he looks more like a 96 than a 10 to me.
10 was sick tough when he came in the league, dude. He was fucking flying around. He had those, like, his socks taped up really heavily, like Francis Lassard, who would jump you in the minors, by the way, who would take a full round of tape.
What do you mean heavily? Would he use skate laces?
He'd use white tape. Pavel.
That's what I use.
Good for you. White tape on the ankles like you're a fucking bender. But Pavel Bure was not a bender.
Okay, so back in the day, everybody used to put tape around their skates and their socks. And then as I got older, like, people would chirp you if you put tape around your skates. Like, I don't understand that.
They just chirped you because you're easier to chirp.
No, that's not true.
No, it is true. No one chirped anybody unless you put a full fucking thing of tape on your fucking ankles because you can't stand up. Frankie Lassard got beaked for that.
Who's Frankie Lassard?
He's a tough guy, lefty, Frenchie. And
Did you fight him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, big time. But he jumped me.
Is that offensive to say
he's Frenchie? I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. I mean, we better.
Might be, dudes.
We better.
No, because people are like Quebec are like saying Quebec loves you,
but
Cam.
The Quebec people are listening
no,
right
my
now.
bad.
So what do you want to say to them?
He was a Frenchie.
Can you say
that? Bad?
I don't know if you can say that.
Well, let them chirp me then. I'm sorry, guys.
I guess they'll let us know.
Let me know. I don't mean to be.
No,
rude.
It's just like saying if somebody's from like South Boston, you may say they're a
Bostie.
No, a Southie.
I'm a fucking Hoosier from Missouri.
Yeah, you are.
There it is. I admit it. So if I say Frenchie, I'm not being. He's just a Frenchie. He was a French guy that was tough. Yeah. That kind of jumped me once in a while.
Actually, a lot of French Canadians, I think, they would go by the nickname Frenchie.
Yeah, there's other weird, bad words to say to them, and I'm not going to do it because
why would you do that?
They're all nice to me. I don't know. There's not one French guy that I didn't like. I'm sorry.
I know. I love the French, man.
They get a weird reputation with hockey people, and that's fine because there's kind of a little rift in Canada with Ontario.
Does that still exist?
Yes, it does.
Or was that stronger maybe 15, 20 years ago?
No, I think it still exists. And if you want to try to get a job in Montreal or Quebec, you have to speak French. And so I think there's a little bit of rift. And I think
if you want to work if you want to be the head coach of Montreal Canadiens.
How about if you want to work at the gas station?
If you want to work at no, you don't.
No.
You have to speak both?
I think that you have to speak.
I don't think you do.
I think you do.
I think if you work at a store in Montreal and you don't know French, you're okay.
Okay, if you want to have a minimum wage job, fine.
Maybe.
If you want to have a legit job in Montreal or Quebec, I believe you have to speak French.
Yeah,
you do.
Probably should know.
And that's it. Like if you want to work at a gas station, okay, fine, nothing wrong with that. My point is, like, if you want to move up in the ladder as far as business and entrepreneurism, is that a word? Entrepreneurism?
I think working at a gas station is a great job.
Good for you then. Didn't work at one. We could do a podcast. You can work at fucking Shell, and I'll buy a goddamn Bud Light seltzer from you then, motherfucker. Actually, I'll walk out with it.
I got the cranberry going today, by the way. New flavors.
You must have nothing going on in that. You don't have 15 fucking games you got to coach.
Night I did.
God, all you do is work, Andy. I'm like, fuck, I feel like I got to get you something hardcore for Christmas because you work so fucking hard. And I'm like, Kate, what do I get him for Christmas? Like, I'm not getting him shit. I'm getting Ty something.
I'm hanging out with my boy Ryan Houston from Fan Cave last night. You're texting me like a madman. You're like, we have to get Gretzky on for episode 99.
Yeah, no shit we do. No shit we do.
I didn't think about it yet.
No, you do think about it, and you should.
Is there another 99 you can think of or no?
Yeah, there is. Let me think. Fuck no.
Nadamakong Sue?
Yeah, some fucking who steps on your face whenever you fucking.
Oh my God,
psychopath!
Could you be a football player? You have it. You have it in you.
Fuck football.
You think they're tougher than hockey players?
They are in ways, yeah, damn right.
In what way?
I wouldn't say tougher than hockey players in ways, but I think they're tougher than shit overall and one of the best athletes in the world. Would I want to play that sport for a living? Absolutely fucking no. No, especially as a lineman. Like, name me one fan. Okay, besides Orlando Pace, who's a left tackle. Okay,
Wait, you don't know about tackles.
Okay,
Andy, go ahead.
Who's a left tackle? If you're a left tackle, you're getting paid a ton, right? You're taking care of the right.
What if you're the right guard?
Okay, fine. Okay,
You
well,
don't
it
get-
depends if you're lefty.
You're right, but the left tackle, they make the most money
They do because
they're
usually they're
protecting
righty.
the blind side.
Yeah, exactly. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So if you're a left tackle, fine. But name me one fan that's like, you know what? You're a lineman. Fuck, are you fun to watch? I love watching you get in that guard position and go, "Nah," and push a guy.
I disagree.
Push a guy
The
for
athleticism.
and push a guy.
The athleticism of an offensive
Name
lineman,
me
dude, is
one.
ridiculous.
Name me one. A fan that's like, God, that offensive tackle is so fun to watch when he comes out of his stance and he pushes a guy for 10 seconds and he's done.
Yeah,
I love watching
But you know what,
that.
man? That's why offensive linemen in football, they don't get enough credit.
Well, they're underrated, no doubt, but they get paid a ton.
But they're still incredible athletes, dude.
Oh, they could beat me in a
300+ pounds,
and they could beat me in a 40.
Yes.
And they can beat me in a 40. No doubt about that. I'm just saying it's not a sexy position to watch.
I was worried about you today because you forgot something in your car and you had to run back to your car and then you came back and you were so out of breath, dude.
Yeah, no.
What has happened to you?
I drink a lot, smoke things, and are we on air? No, I had a hard skate last night. I was god awful.
Yeah, you were terrible.
I
last
woke
night.
up. I had to do my fucking radio show today, and then I had to run back and get my glasses, and I ran back, and I was huffing and puffing a lot back. But I still go out there and score a baker's dozen once in a while.
Did you
Last
score a
night,
baker's dozen yesterday?
Hell no, I was god awful. I'm glad I didn't throw my fucking stick like I did last time because there's.
Yeah, you
girls.
almost did.
I didn't know. I didn't do it because I'm like, Cam, be better than that, Cam. Be better. Hashtag be better, Cam. And I thought of that in my mind. I'm like, no, I'm not going to torpedo my
Hashtag be better, Cam. We're going to start that. We'll start pumping that out.
Be better, Cam. Be better person. I'm like, I'm trying.
What's on your Christmas list? Are you a guy that did you buy a lot of Christmas gifts? Did you buy does Kate get anything for Christmas?
Yeah. She gets. Yeah. I was going to be funny there, but I'm not going to do it. I used to buy presents for everybody. Mm-hmm. You know, when I was in the NHL and I'd come home and I'd fucking hook my buddies up. Oh, my Lord. I remember one time I had this girlfriend. God, I'm such an idiot. Like, when you're making good money, you're young, you're 23, nothing matters, right?
What were you getting paid every 2 weeks?
30 grand.
Every 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. So about 60 grand a month?
Yeah, 6 grand a month.
Okay.
Which is good money when you're from Eureka and my own little bubble. I'm not Tom fucking Cruise. No one's saying that. But in my own little bubble, that's a lot of money when your buddies are still living with their fucking parents and like paying off student debt.
They're living with their parents, and you're living right next door to your parents.
Yeah,
so
like my parents
basically
give
the
a
same
fuck.
thing.
Yeah, my parents are dropping off booze for me when I'm having fucking parties. So there's a big difference there. But yeah, I was making good money, man. At the time, that's pretty good money for where you're at in your own little realm of things, right? My bubble. But man, like, I don't know. I don't even know. What was the question again?
I don't know what you were saying.
I don't know what I was saying either. Huh.
I said, what are you getting Kate for Christmas?
Oh, yeah, Christmas gifts. I take all these jerseys and all the shit that I would collect over the course of the year, and I give it to all my buddies. But I used to have girlfriends back in the day when I was young, and I'm like, oh, God, I forgot there's Christmas coming up. So I just, like, write a check out for, like, $1,000.
To who?
To my girlfriend, and I'd put it on my kitty cat's, like, little collar and have her, like, run around with the little bell. And I'm like, there's your present. And she'd get the kitty cat, and there's, like, fucking $1,000 right there.
And she's like,
isn't that the laziest?
Cam.
No, she loved it because it's a G note. Isn't it it's just the laziest goddamn thing you could possibly do. 23 years old. I ain't doing that anymore. Now I'm going to set up something for Kate like you can't believe. Oh, this wasn't Kate, by the way. But now I'm like, I got to think of something. Look, Kate and I are going to go, and this is what was great. Kate and I now decided, I'm not fucking, she's so hard to shop for. It's ridiculous. She's so like, I can't get clothes for her because she's so picky. I can't do that. I can't do shit. So I'm like, fuck this, Kate. Me and you, we're having a day. We're going to go out for lunch. We're going to have some cocktail. We're going to get our minds right. And we're going to go shop for ourselves. And we're going to fucking shop for everything we need. I'm going to get all my clothes. I wear the same fucking thing every day. I hate myself. Kate's going to get hooked up. And they're going to give her some gag gifts. Something cute that's like, I love you. Here it is. One time I made her a scroll. I cut this construction paper out. I rolled it up like a scroll back in like the fucking... 79 AD when fucking Mount Vesuvius got rocked back in the day and killed all those cats in, the lower part of Italy.
What was this?
Shut up. Mount Vesuvius. But anyway, I have a scroll and I roll it up and I cut it up like it's like from like back in the day, and I write her out like a poem. Oh, it's so cute. And she still has it. I wrote out a poem how much I love her in a scroll like we're fucking living in the Middle Ages.
Wow.
That was sick tough. And I was losing my hair, and I was on the fucking program at the time, getting drug tested 3 times a week.
Yeah, how about Doug Armstrong saying that teams can't really help players because, the way it's set up right now, the system with the NHLPA and everything.
What do you mean?
That the team may not even know when a player goes into the system and they start getting help.
See, that's stupid.
Like, how are you supposed – I totally agree with what he said. How are you as a team supposed to put them in the best situation to help them?
Thank you.
As a human being, not just as your employee, somebody that you're investing in, that you're paying millions of dollars to, whatever you're paying them. How are you supposed to help them if you don't know they need help?
So here's the deal. Like,
would you want the team to know?
Yeah, I wouldn't want. Lou would hook me up. Fuck yeah.
I didn't even think about what he
Hell
said.
Yeah. Lou would.
He says some people think that it's best to keep it away from the team because maybe the team would look to get rid of you or something like that.
Yeah, no. I was
and as Doug said, maybe a jerk would. Okay.
Maybe a jerk would. I had demons, man. I bust my ass for everybody. This was in the minors, and this was my older age, right? So like, I was like a leader on the team. I had problems. Help me. Mm-hmm. I go out there and I fucking bleed for you guys. Like, help me. Like, I got problems. Like,
so how does it work? So you notify the PA and then they don't tell the team?
You think I notified the PA? Are you fucking nuts? I was fucked up on painkillers so bad, and they did nothing for me, and now I got dinged for a little bit of Adderall and weed combined.
What do you mean? You tested positive?
Yeah.
So that's
weed.
How you got into the system?
Yes, because of weed and Adderall mix. And that's fine, and I understand their situation. But I will tell you this.
Is Adderall illegal?
No, but I had a doctor's note. No, no, it wasn't. But I mixed.
So
weed.
it wasn't the mix.
Weed
it was the weed.
No, it was the mixture of the weed and the Adderall. 100%. And I get that. You can't mix uppers and downers like that. You can't do that. I understand. But the way they treated me, not Dr. Shaw.
No, you like Dr. Shaw.
Fucking A. So everybody knows that, Andy.
I think Brian Shaw is the name.
Fucking best. He is the best of the best. All y'all remember that. But they treated me, not him. They treated me like shit. Like I'm a fucking crackhead. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was a crackhead 5 years ago and you guys did nothing. Not crackhead, but you know what I mean. And my wife, who is the most sane person in the world, she knows everything. She puts me down. She knows where I'm at. When I get a high head, she knows where I'm at. And she's like, Cam, these guys, listen to me. She said, Cam, they're not treating you good. I go, I know.
Oh,
Cam.
really?
Oh, yeah, Andy. Oh, yeah. She even stepped in and was like, they threatened me. I go, do it then, motherfucker.
Threaten you with what?
I'll fucking we'll take you to Boston right now. We'll take you to rehab right now for 5 months. We'll do. I go, what? I go, fine. You're going to take me to rehab? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk in there and tell them exactly what I'm on. And you know what they're going to do to me? They're going to laugh me off the fucking stage.
So you really said that?
100%. Kate was right there on speakerphone in our little apartment in Albany. After I did 3 drug tests in a row at 5 a.m.
They came back clean?
Where I had to get up at 4 so I could drink a gallon of water so I don't have weed in my system. Because I needed weed to calm my ass down when I'm losing my fucking hair trying to get off painkillers on stolen Suboxone. Oh, boy, that was not easy, man. Not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
And whose fault is it? Mine. Every bit of it. It's my fault. I'm not blaming anybody. This is my motherfucking fault. And I know it. But they treated me like dog shit, dude. Not Dr. Shaw.
All right, we got through that.
But, that's all.
The COVID vaccine is around the corner. Any thoughts on that?
Yay. Be happy.
Would you take it?
I mean, guys, look, I wear a mask. I do everything I'm supposed to do.
Would you take the vaccine?
I'm answering the fucking question. Settle down. I don't know. Andy, I just don't know yet, homeboy. And hear me out on that. Like, I don't.
President Barack Obama, George Bush, and Bill Clinton has said they will do it on camera.
Well, good for them. Well, good for them. They don't need their dick to be hard. Maybe Bill does. But I don't know what. Am I going to be slowed down? Is my mind going to be okay? Is my dick going to be okay? Am I going to have emotion? What's the side effect? Oh, none. How do I know that? So am I more worried about the side effect of the vaccine or COVID itself? Now you weigh the options. If I get COVID, maybe I have the sniffles for a couple of days. Maybe I'll be fucked up. I don't know. Maybe it'll fucking me up. Where's the balance? I don't know yet, Andy. So there's my answer.
Okay.
Does that mean I'm a bad person?
No,
I don't
it just
know.
means you want to wait and see what the side effects are.
Kind of.
If there are no side effects or any bad side effects, you'd have no problem taking it.
I don't know, Andy. I just
Why is it so difficult for you to answer?
Well, it's a difficult fucking proposition, brah. Do I want to take something? I don't know, man. Do I rather figure out how COVID is and like just deal with that and just get through it, or take a vaccine that's with me my whole life. Although COVID's probably with you your
Just
whole
make
life
sure
too.
have everybody else take it so nobody can give it to you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I don't even do a flu shot. I've never done a flu shot.
I've
in my
done
life,
those.
man.
Well, if you're a pro athlete, you would take one.
I'm not.
I know, but if you did, you'd be in training camp and they'd give you a flu shot.
They just give it to you.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
I think you do, but you're just like, fucking hook me up.
Yeah,
Whatever.
right.
Fuck,
I mean,
don't
it's
give a
just
fuck.
there,
Just
whatever.
fucking get me. Fuck, I don't want flu. But COVID, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to me?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, man.
Crazy time.
So maybe I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any stretch of imagination.
You're
I
not?
do think there's
You're
fucking
not?
aliens. But I don't
You
know.
think there's werewolves too, dude?
Oh, there's dire wolves for sure.
What's the difference?
Well, a werewolf walks on their fucking hind legs. Like a priest turns into a fucking werewolf at night because of the fucking full moon. Yeah, there's a big difference. Where a wolf's a fucking wolf that's just big. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Dire wolves are Game of Thrones, but they're still big ass wolves up in Canada and shit like that. They could tear you up. I mean, I see videos on YouTube where a dog's chasing this monster around. Like there's big old wolves there. Yeah, but a werewolf's like when you're a human and the full moon comes and you turn into a werewolf, Andy. That's a big difference, bruh.
Okay. Hey, we've got these new hats that are out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
What do you think of those?
Sick tough.
You like them?
Yeah, I do. I love our logo of me and you. I love our caricature logo of me and you. People love that. The way we talk about different things, we do all this stuff, but it's hard to put that on a hat. So we're like, fuck, let's just put our signature on it, man. It says Cam and Strick Podcast. It's awesome. The hats fit well. We're wearing them right now, but we have other clothing coming out too, by the way, with Fight Ugly and all that shit. So it's going to be fantastic. We got some hats coming out. It's all coming, dudes. Yeah. So we'll let you know how to buy them.
These are going to be available at camandstrick.com.
Yeah.
www.camandstrick.com. Which, by the way, if you really go to the website, dude, everything you need is there. Like, you just press on a button and you can listen to any episode you want.
So easy, man.
Every episode, you just scroll down, you find any episode. It's all there. If you missed an episode, you just hit it. If you want to see what we put out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, it's right there for you. Like, it's so easy to navigate. And now we're going to have the hats that are available on there, too. Our boy from Victor Hockey made them. Yeah. So we've collaborated with Victor Hockey. And we appreciate him coming through and making these killer hats. We got to give him a title, I said. You know, like, I mean, he's like director or something.
Then what the fuck?
What does he want? We got to give him a title.
I call him King Dick. Is that cool? That's what I would be called.
Is that what you want to call him?
Call me that. Fuck. So I was making badass hats like that. Like, what's your name? I'm King Dick, baby.
Yeah. So anyway, so we appreciate them hooking it up.
Fuck
so
yeah.
All right, Geoff Courtnall on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast. Dude.
What a wheel. I go, how'd you wheel Sarah McLachlan? Like, how'd you wheel that? I go, well, you at a fucking bar. He's like, no, at a charity event. I'm like, oh, yeah, figures. I'm fucking sick of her fucking song, though. I'm not going to lie to you.
What song is it?
The stupid...
Do you remember me?
Will you? And then they put the puppy dogs in the puppy milk. Fuck! Stop it!
That's like 3 in the morning.
Hate you.
Like 3 in the morning.
Oh,
you're either the only one awake or you're home alone. It kind of scares you when the song comes on.
And then I'll watch that and I'm like, oh God! And I'm like, where's my kitty? Where's my doggy? And I'll take my doggy and my cat and I like squeeze them like, I love you, like a psychopath.
She's a big star.
Like
dude.
Fuck her. She's not even that hot. I shouldn't say that. She's a beautiful woman. She's very talented.
I can't believe you say that.
I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry.
That is so
sorry.
offensive.
No, it is. I'm sorry. She's a beautiful woman. She's lovely. Her personality's lovely. Everything's lovely.
She's
about
a wonderful
that
Canadian.
She's better than
dude.
me at everything. Exactly.
She's loved in Canada.
She's a better person than me.
She's like a legend.
She's better in everything than me.
She's worth like $100 million.
Wealthier than I am. I suck at everything. She's the best. I'm the worst. She's the best. That's fine.
Can you apologize to her in
a
a Canadian way?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
I mean, I can't believe you said that about Sarah McLachlan.
I hate that fucking commercial so goddamn bad.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, she's a lovely person.
God.
I said she wanted. I didn't mean that. She's a lovely person. She's just not a dime piece. Dude, that's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You did it again.
I'm sorry.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I can't.
Listen, she had some amazing songs, some hit singles.
I'm just saying, baby. I'm just saying. When it's 3 o'clock in the morning and my mind's right,
and she wheeled courts.
True that. And he's got a big nose though. But the point is,
you know why he's got a big nose?
Because he got it broken 18 times.
He played hard.
Yeah, well, fucking fine. He's still got a big nose.
And
I have a big
skate.
forehead.
And he
why
can
is
skate
that? I don't know.
Score goals.
Thank you.
And he was popular everywhere he played.
I know. I'm just saying, Sarah McLachlan, I love you. You're a good person. That fucking commercial needs to go. I already spent my credit card. It maxed out. I tried to get all the puppies out of there. Fuck.
I can't believe you'd say that about her.
And she's not a dime?
I just can't believe that.
She's a 9. She's annoying. She's annoying then. Is it New York?
Dude, she's a
annoying.
very talented singer.
Exactly. It's not a dime.
Did you see that dude on Twitter playing "Pump Up the Jam"?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh
that
my
song
God,
sucks.
That was amazing too.
The '90s rock jock. Remember we used to listen in the locker room and like
Jock Jams?
Jock Jams. I remember my buddies used to put
What was your
Jock
pump
Jam-
up song? And don't give
It
me
was
like
Metallica back then.
Oh my God.
It was. Oh, sorry. What was yours? What R&B song was it?
No,
Sarah McLachlan's?
R&B. Is she an R&B singer?
Fuck.
I probably have some like hip hop or something.
Yeah,
you
fucking
know?
badass. You're so gangster, dude. Like you're fucking. I'm from fucking Ladue, okay? I'm fucking gangster. I'm in my fucking BMW my daddy got me. Fucking gangster. Fuck me. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh man.
It's just like a country boy. Like I'm a country boy. You know you're not. You're from fucking St. Louis. Settle down.
I'm kind of country though.
You ain't shit.
In a way, like I'm not very country. I won't
shit,
say that,
dude. You don't even get out of your bubble, dude.
But I spend a lot of time
outdoors
and stuff.
You won't even go to. I got a fucking radio show in Hot Shots in Arnold, which is like 20 minutes away from
I'm not
fucking.
going there.
It's from Pretty Boy fucking Ladue. 20 minutes away from Pretty Boy Ladue. And Andy's supposed to be on my show, and then he's like, I ain't going that far. I'm not going that far, okay?
I'm like, you got to pay me more to go out there.
Holy
But
fuck,
I didn't say I wouldn't do the show. I just went to the studio, which is 5 hours
He
from the
doesn't want to
house.
hang out with the fucking real people, the fucking concrete
They're
working
closed. They're
motherfuckers.
not even
Just like
open.
all you Canadian fucking hard working at the fucking mill, working at fucking hardcore shit, fucking
Bro.
in the middle of the night, helping people off the fucking highways in Alberta, doing shit like all of our fans.
Saskatchewan.
Andy ain't hanging out with y'all.
And that's not true.
Andy's in his bubble.
That's not true.
I hang with the real people.
Hey, it's COVID. It's closed. You can't even go inside and
No,
hang
it's
out.
not. Not there, homie. Not there, homie.
Oh, in Arnold?
No, it's
What,
not.
They have different
Just
rules
like when
out
I was
there?
in St. Charles today with Hot Shots, fucking packed.
What's it like out there?
Packed.
What are they doing?
Saying, hi, Cam, I love you. And I'm like, what's up,
And
baby?
they're all hanging
Don't
out,
touch
eating
me.
inside?
Yes.
So 15, 20 minutes away from here, you can do that, but you can't do
100%.
that where I
Yeah,
live?
That's what makes everything bizarre.
Or anywhere else,
Now,
really?
Andy, do we agree with that? I don't know.
Okay, how do you feel when you're inside around a bunch of people
Fine,
right
just
now?
don't touch me. We talked about this last time.
Yeah, because
Don't-
that
a lot
one
of
guy
people-
was touching you a
I
lot.
know, a lot of people like message me. A
Restaurant
lot
owner,
of
they
people
want to
message
know
me.
who that is.
A lot of people message me about that. A lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 2, 3?
No, like a lot of people message me. Cam, who was the guy? I'm like, I can't.
Oh, yeah, people want to know.
I know, but I'm like, don't be.
I think you need to tell us.
Hell no.
Well, we need
Are
to know.
you crazy?
Kinda.
Fuck no. No, just don't be touchy feely with me. That's all. I'll like fist pump's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fist pump's cool. Don't grab my fucking hand and measure it with yours and like touch your body with it before I fucking hit you in
Evander
the face.
Kane is back at it
He
again.
sucks.
I mean, he's still like sending videos out
so tough.
to Jake Paul. Is that Jake's brother, Logan?
I don't know. Yeah. Listen,
I
here's
think
the
I
deal.
know
They're both
Logan's
pretty
friend.
jacked,
I think I know Logan's friend.
But Evander Kane's like he's just acting so tough, and it's like, let me look up your fight card. 3 fights, 3 fights, 3 good. Oh yeah, you know how to eat a punch. I saw your last fight with Reaver. It was the most embarrassing. It was like one of my fights when I was 16 years old, fighting a 22-year-old. And
When
fucking,
you could start like
it was like, and you know what I was doing? I'm
you
like,
look
just
like
trying to
you were like
throw.
running on a treadmill.
You know I'm talking. I showed you some of those where I'm like psycho. I'm like, like throwing wild, like, and you're gonna go pick this guy apart. Get the fuck on. How about this, San Jose Sharks? You think the San Jose Sharks right now are like, yay, Evander Kane, we're overpaying you. You're making 7 schmel.
And we're behind you
We're
in this
behind you.
fight.
We're overpaying you.
We're not worried about you playing
You're
for
a-
the Sharks. We want you to fight
No,
Jake
exactly.
Paul on a pay-per-view.
You're a bad teammate. We don't care.
And you
We'll
were a
pay
bad
you
teammate
out.
in Buffalo, too.
Exactly. But you know what? Get more attention. Don't worry about fighting on the ice and sticking up for your teammates. I want you to fight some
All your
YouTube
teammates
star.
love you.
So you could like make more money and not like contribute with the San Jose Sharks. If I'm the fucking Sharks organization, I'm sitting his ass down and saying, shut the fuck up and play. Go stick hand on your fucking basement.
How come nobody will say that?
Because they're pussies.
You think the NBA players would put up with that? Somebody would come out and be like, dude, you're
NBA's
soft.
different. Time out. The NBA is different than the NHL. The NBA players have so much leverage on the owners and the fucking GMs. They own everything, Andy. We talked about
Yeah,
this.
I know.
What does Evander Kane own in San Jose?
Probably-
Go ahead.
probably has, like, a
What?
clothing line
Yeah,
or
but what do
something.
you?
I don't know.
What, if you didn't play a game? Time out. If you didn't play a game for San Jose, would they lose automatically? Fuck no.
No.
If LeBron or all those
He's
guys.
not a bad player.
No, I didn't say that, but he's making $7 million.
Yeah.
So it's like, but still, like your leverage compared to LeBron and these big NBA guys, you have nothing
Okay,
against
but he
them.
wants to be one of those guys.
I know he does.
You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
He's trying to be LeBron.
There it is.
LeBron. He's trying to be
I'm
one
gonna
of
stick
these
up
guys.
my NBA boys because Nate Robinson got knocked out. Like, shut the fuck up.
I know.
Man.
A little too much, man.
Fight on the
Come
ice
on,
first.
Evander.
Fight on the ice first, and actually live up to your fucking contract, and then we'll talk.
How about they didn't
I'll
even
fucking
they
bag
didn't
you
even
up.
know who he was.
Like I'd box him right now, Evander Kane.
Would you?
I'd box him more.
Well,
than
how about
Logan.
we do that?
I'd box Evander Kane right now.
Okay, hold
Time
on.
out. No,
I'd rather you fight Evander Kane
I'll tell you this
than
right now.
Jake Paul.
Listen to me. Jake Paul or Logan Paul right now, after their boxing, I'd rather fight Evander Kane right now, hands down, 100%, rather than those two guys. 100, I'd fight him right now, out of shape, smoking darts, whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'd fight him 10 times more than I'd fight those two guys, Logan or Jake Paul. Right now.
Okay. Should we start this as a campaign?
No, I don't want to fight
Do
him.
you want to fight Evander
No,
Kane?
because the San Jose Sharks are like, Cam, what are you doing? Can my $7 million guy can just focus on hockey
Can we
and score
focus on
goals?
him scoring like
Yeah, can we actually
25?
win a playoff round with him, please? Like do something. I don't want him fighting Cam. Why would he fight me anyway? He doesn't even know who I am.
You know what? Here's the thing about Evander. Like, everyone's whispering around the NHL too. Like, all the former teammates, players, whatever, they all whisper.
Such a great teammate.
They're not big fans. But anyway, listen, he's trying to get attention. If it was getting attention for the league and for the game,
Thank you.
I
there
think
it is.
I'd be okay with it.
But it's not.
But
it's
dude,
all like
we're not even
shit.
like coming together with any type of like resolution to get, the game back on the ice.
I know.
All the players, the more information I get about this, and I'm not trying to take a side in this particular situation because I really don't want to.
Yeah.
But I do want to tell the players, I wish all of them could become owners for like 2 weeks.
See how good call on that.
You know
I
what
like
mean?
that.
Become an owner
like
for
that.
2 weeks and then come back and see me.
How about this?
During the pandemic.
Become an owner. Sit in all the meetings. Sit in all the mathematical meetings.
They don't even sit in the meetings as a player.
By the way, sit in all the meetings with all your other ownership groups that are spending motherfucking money and they're talking about what are we going to do. Sit in there and then see what the fuck's going on afterwards, how they could survive. I'm sorry, players. I love you all. I've been there. But the owners need to somewhat win this argument, in my opinion. Because we want the owners to be comfortable more than the fucking players, in my opinion. We want the owners to be comfortable more than the players. So I want the owners, if it's a little bit of a gap of who wins and who doesn't as far as the contract negotiations go, I want the owners to win a little bit more than the players. And that's just me.
The only thing I'm not crazy about the way the players are handling this right now is that they really are screwing over the players in the future. And I've said that before to you.
You're right, man.
And I've
They're
said
gonna have
that
to pay one way or
I've
the
said
other.
that a couple times, I think, on this podcast, maybe on the radio as well. And I've said it to you. And now you're starting to hear people say that.
Totally.
And Gary Bettman kind of pointed that out. And you may say, well, he's just saying that because no, it's the truth. I mean, if you're looking at it right now where that money has to get paid back to the league at some point in time, well, who's going to pay it back?
I know.
Not the guys who have like 1, 2, 3 years left in their career.
It's just like
It's the guys who are coming into the league and the guys who are 20, 21, 23
so
right
it's
now.
just like politics. It's like, let's not have gas and oil anymore. No more any of that. Let's go to Solyndra. And we're like, well, are they ready yet? Like, are we doing this yet? So, okay, no, we'll pass that along. But we're not ready for that. That's a terrible analogy. Forget what I said. But the point is, somebody has to make that money up one way or the other. And you want the organizations to be healthy in the end. That's it. Because it trickle-down effect. So what if players get paid and they leave and they go back to Vancouver and they're gone from St. Louis? Or they go back to Canada and they're fine, or wherever they're from. But then the organization's hurt. And what does that do? It's a trickle-down effect, not just to – I'm not even hired by them. So that's not even going to directly affect me, but it's going to directly affect the city and restaurants and how Tom spends on the cap and things like that. Like, that to me is way more important than some of these players getting extra cookies, which I get where they're coming from too, because they need to get fucking paid if they're going to play 50 games in a bubble or whatever weird circumstance is going to be. But in the end, we need the organizations to be healthy. Not Toronto and Montreal. They're going to be fine. St. Louis, Nashville, Tampa, fucking Colorado, or Dallas. They need to be healthy, man, for the sport to be healthy.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Okay.
So, but
They
here's
don't-
how it's
they
going
don't
to
pay me, by the
But
way.
here's how it's going to play out, just so people know. And if you're anxiously anticipating for some news, or you're sitting on the edge of your seat, you're wondering how the season will return, and it's going to be somewhere between January and 20th and February 15th.
Yeah. But you can't go too far into the summer because of the Olympics.
Correct.
Summer Olympics are coming up, baby.
I know.
It's going to be Channel 5, Channel 2.
But regardless how many games they play, the Stanley Cup will be finished on or before July 15th.
Yeah. No, okay. So figure it out.
It'll be finished.
Figure it out.
And then we get to 21-22, and we're back in action, baby. We're back there. Normal time frame, normal schedule. All right, last
thing
for you.
With the vaccine.
I'm thinking because we got so much going on right now with Bud Light Seltzer. All the flavors.
Yeah.
Got the ugly Christmas sweater packs. Everyone knows about the mango. And the black cherry, the strawberry, the lemon lime, mango. I'm thinking we need a Super Bowl commercial, dude.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, I'm thinking we need a Super Bowl commercial. I've been thinking about it. I want to go to my contacts, go to our people, and kind of pitch the idea. And I'm curious what you think that Super Bowl commercial would look like.
Well, it's always fitting when you have a Super Bowl commercial with hockey guys. Of course, that always works out.
It's never
so
happened.
Do I go on stage like Justin Timberlake and fucking, what's her name? Janet Jackson?
Oh, you want to do the
show my
halftime show?
cock or something? Like, I'll do that. It better not be cold. It shouldn't be a cold fucking environment. If we're in Green Bay, I ain't fucking playing that game. You ain't going to see anything. It's going to be embarrassing. My wife's going to call me like, you suck at everything. I'm like, no, my bad. You couldn't see it because it was cold.
Well,
Whatever.
Sarah McLachlan thinks that too.
She hates
already.
me, doesn't she?
Oh, she hates you.
God damn it. Tell her to grow her hair out a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I'm sorry. Just a little bit more.
I
that's all
can't
I'm saying.
believe you said that.
Why? I can't say
believe
that.
You said that. No.
Fuck. Sorry.
I can't believe you said that.
I'm
Again.
sorry. Just a little bit more.
Fight the ugly.
She's got the same haircut as you. What?
Fight the ugly.
Fight it. Damn right. Sarah, what's up, girl? I'll stick up for you.
I know, man.
I don't like your commercial, though.
I can't believe you did it again. You keep bashing
No,
her.
because of the doggies, and I'm just like, Kate, get my credit card, buy them all. Now I got 15 dogs under my front porch.
All right, what kind of Super Bowl commercial are you looking at, though?
I just told you.
No, that's the halftime show.
Oh shit! Oh, a commercial? I don't know. Me beating you up or something?
I'm thinking you on like a horse.
Oh fuck! Just like
The
Yellowstone.
Clydesdales.
That's what it is.
Going through the water.
I'm gonna wear no fucking shirt like Putain. I'm putting a fucking cowboy hat on. I put a fucking cigar in my mouth like a shit kicker. I'll put a chew and a cigar, extra shit kicking, and I'll fucking
Why don't you
cruise
put
around.
some Canada dips up in there?
That's what I'm fun to do. And then I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna save fucking children from like icy ass creeks and shit. So I'm gonna ride around on my horse like, look at fucking Cam's badass. Look at he's gonna save a child from a creek. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, looking jacked with Canada dip and a cigar. Oh, my breast's gonna be kicking like no other.
All right,
Anyway.
this is episode number 96. I know we're forgetting about some other 96s too, man. I can't believe that. But
Pavel, Holmstrom.
we got Pavel, we got Holmstrom, we got some.
If
good
you're wearing
ones.
96 and you're not relevant, you suck. Just let you know. No, seriously.
Oh, that's probably a
You know
training
what I'm
camp number or something.
It's well, training camp numbers don't go that high, to be completely honest with you. You don't get in the 90s in training. You get to 50s and maybe 60s. If you're in the 60s
30s, 40s.
If you're in the 60s and you're in training camp number, you're bottom of the totem pole. So you got to work extra hard. So if you're a 96, that you want to be 96 and you're a rookie, shut the fuck up and wear number 12.
What was that?
If you want number 96 as a rookie, like I went number 96. Well, what the fuck did you do last year? 30 goals. Oh, cool.
A lot of kids are coming in with the loud numbers.
I'm just letting you know. You ain't getting 96 yet. You got to play like 3 or 4 years and prove yourself.
Really? I don't see that happen too often. I see all these kids coming in now with like loud, like high numbers. They don't switch
I'm
3-4
letting
years.
you know
in.
what I would do. I'm like,
Oh,
I wouldn't give you
this
that
is what
fucking
you would do.
right off the bat. Giving you a number 96. Go fuck yourself. You're gonna be fucking Pavel
What
Bure.
if you're a first round pick?
I don't give a shit. Prove yourself. How many first round busts have you seen? Go look at my 2002 draft. Go ahead.
Hey, I want to give a shout out real quick to my boy Kerry Preet, by the way. Great guy, super intelligent, executive, former vice president with Monsanto. And oh yeah,
Big boy.
And he's buying the Portland Winterhawks now.
Big boy right
And
there.
we talked for a long time this morning. He's got a great group together, I think 5 people. And one of them is affiliated with the National Hockey League at the ownership level. I'm not going to say who that is right now. He doesn't want me to, so I'm going to hold on to that. But he played at the University of Saskatchewan. Very good friends. Saskatchewan. Very good friends with Willie Desjardins, who used to be the head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. I think also the LA Kings most recently.
Yeah, okay.
And now he's coach, general manager in Medicine Hat in the Western Hockey League. Really good hockey person, man. I mean, he kind of got Kerry involved. Carrie's the man. I coached this kid for a couple of years.
Good kid?
Carrie,
Good kid?
Great kid.
I love it.
Great kid. Carrie was on the staff. Now he's chilling. He's retired, living out in Scottsdale, spending some time in Scottsdale, some time in Breckenridge, and now he can.
Can I say something?
Now he can add owner.
Can I say something?
WHL owner to his resume.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I tell you all you hockey dads and moms real quick? Mm-hmm. When I ask people how the kid is, and they look me right in my eyes and say, fucking great kid, that makes me look at you two, mom and dad, and want me to shake your fucking hand. Although I'll hit the rock right now because of COVID. But I want to hit the rock.
Elbow?
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I'll fucking bow to your fucking ass.
Feet?
If your kid is a good kid and he listens, and I hear that from somebody, because that's always how's the kid? How is he? And I look at people in their eyes and like, fuck, he's a good kid. I want to look at the parents and be like, good job.
Yeah, good job.
But when it's the opposite effect, Andy, just like how's the kid? Oh, fuck, he's hard to do. I want to look at the parents and be like, figure it the fuck out.
So you blame it on the parent, or you reward the parent. Either way, they're directly responsible.
Exactly right.
I think some kids.
Exactly right.
I think some parents try and do their best.
Andy,
they're not responsible.
Andy, at that age,
if the kid messes up,
Andy, no, I don't care about mess ups. I don't give a fuck about mess ups, Andy. I'm talking about a good kid, meaning like team player.
Yeah,
like he can go smoke darts with his buddies and maybe get a loitering offense. I don't give a fuck about that. He loves.
Can they skateboard and hang out and party?
No, don't get me started on that.
No,
don't.
They can't do that.
Stop.
They can't skateboard in parking lots and loiter.
No, here's my point. You know what a good kid is, and you know what not a good kid is, and it's directly affected by the motherfucking mom and dad, and you know that. So when he's a good kid, not he's a good player, not he's good at this.
Great kid.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, Jared's a great kid.
I look at the parents. I love you. Good job. You did
okay.
Good. That's it.
All right. So the best of luck with the Western, with the Portland Winterhawks. The Western Hockey League is getting the man, Carrie Pre. Congratulations to you and your group.
Yeah.
For getting this done. All right, Geoff Courtnall, man. What number was he? You remember? 14, dog.
14, baby. I wore 14 in Guelph, homie.
Did you?
Won a championship there.
You wore 14 in Guelph?
Yeah, fucking shit kicking.
Best player you played with in Guelph, who?
Ryan Callahan, Daniel Girardi.
Did you play with Ryan Callahan?
Yeah, man. We won a cup.
Was he the captain there?
No, Martin St. Pierre was. He was really good. He scored like 130 points that year. Who else was on that team? Oh, Daniel Paillet. Myself, we were a fucking killer, dude. We beat London with Corey Perry and all those.
Yeah, I remember. I saw you play in Game 7. I think I scored
the game-winning goal in that.
Was it the game winner?
Probably not, but I'm going to say it is.
I don't think it was.
No, probably not, but I'm going to say it is.
I was chasing around David Branch, looking for David Branch all game long.
Like,
he was there.
He gets to spin Cam again?
Well, he was there, and Mike Danton had just gotten arrested for trying to kill his agent.
Oh, yeah.
So I was there doing a bunch of work.
Will he come on the podcast here soon?
We're trying to get Dance.
Good God.
We're trying to get to. I've talked to him a couple times, and Mike he just doesn't want to bring up the past.
Why? Listen, Mike. Everybody thinks you're. All right, let me do this the right way. People look at you in a different way right now. If you come on and tell your story and you sit down with us, they're gonna look at you in a better way.
That's right.
You couldn't get any worse, but you could definitely go the other direction, and people respect you. But right now, you're bottom of the bottom.
Did you play against him in junior?
Lou Lamoriello came up to me in our first camp in 2002 when Mike Danton Jefferson at the time was Mike Jefferson.
Was he suspended then?
No.
Or
this is when he said, I ain't drinking Lou's Kool-Aid.
Right.
So Lou brought Mike and me into an office together.
Really?
Listen to me. My first fucking year. And he goes, I don't want you two fighting each other. And I look over at him, and we got Skurlak and fucking Jim McKenzie and all these heavies, Oliwa. I go, I can't fight this motherfucker.
You said that?
Well,
you were thinking
I'm thinking that. I look at this fucking kid.
You're probably scared shitless. You're probably sweating. Okay, Lou.
Exactly right.
Okay, Lou. No problem.
Andy,
Lou.
100% right. But I'm also, Andy, looking at Lou. I'm like, oh,
you're like,
fuck this motherfucker up.
He was scrappy like you, though,
I don't give a shit. I deal with Jim McKenzie. I'm dealing with fucking Skurlak, Brett Cloutier, these monsters. And I'm looking at this motherfucker.
I know.
What's up, homie? I'll go you right now.
Okay, so you went back to junior that year?
Yeah, that was my 18-year-old. Yep.
And then he stayed up.
Then he said, I ain't drinking Lou's Kool-Aid.
Because the following year, it was the 2003 draft.
Yep.
When he was suspended prior to that season. So he got suspended during the 2002-2003 season.
Yeah.
And then the 03 draft is when he got traded to St. Louis.
Yep, exactly right. And he did pretty well.
Oh, he was fine for that 1 year. Listen, I got to know Mike pretty well when he was a great kid.
Yeah.
Unbelievable kid. I think he was caught up in a terrible situation.
Fuck yeah.
And he couldn't get out of it. he was literally controlled by an individual
psychopath
who could tell him what to think, what to do, where to go.
David Frost. He came up to me at Toronto. He came to my dad.
Mm-hmm.
David Frost came up to my dad at the Toronto Marlies tournament when I was playing AAA for the 84 AAA team in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And he came up to my dad, and he gave him his card. I still have his card at my house.
He could creep into his brain, into his head, and control how he acted, what he said, what he thought.
You know what the bitch of it is?
It's crazy.
He went up to my dad, and he probably talked to my dad, and he looked at him and said, "Nope, I'm not going to be able to get to your son." Catch my drift?
Oh, you think your dad said that?
No. My dad had no idea. No, listen to me.
He probably knew he wasn't going to be able to get through to there.
As a predator agent, he went to my fucking
Predator
dad.
agent, yeah.
Predator agent. He went to my dad, and he's probably like, "How Cam?" And, maybe some of the dad's like, my dad's like, "No, here's my son."
We'll do a whole nother episode on that. But we're trying to get Mike on, and there's no doubt about it. And we will get him on eventually. All right, but we got Geoff Courtnall on, man.
Fuck yeah.
Love courts. And the best part about this interview is that he's doing great, man. He's gotten way past his concussion issues. This guy makes so much money, by the way.
He's a fucking wheel, dude.
He's been involved with a ton of different business ventures, investments.
Remember I asked him?
Very smart guy. And he's sitting on a gold mine, too.
I know. With a bunch of AK-47s.
Like, literally.
Peruvian? Is it Peruvian?
I want to go into Peru. Is it Peruvian?
Peruvian, I believe.
Yeah, I want to go into Peru, and I want to handle this situation and walk out with some gold, baby.
Andy, you'll be in a fucking jail cell in 2 seconds. There'll be fucking David Frost on your ass. I'm joking.
Oh, but I can't.
I'm just saying.
What is wrong with you today?
It's not him. What's wrong with me?
All right, Geoff Courtnall on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 96. As always, brought to you by CarShield and CarShield.com. 800-857-2481. 800-857-2481. Everyone say it with me. 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. You're going to save 10%. CarShield.com, baby.
We did a good commercial, by the way.
Oh, we got one coming out very, very soon. Yeah. And, Cam was like wait, were you acting?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Were you acting in it?
I'm Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hey, get that coverage that's not one size fits all. It's flexible. Create it, customize it, do it the way that you want it. CarShield.com, baby. We mentioned Bud Light Seltzer. Say it with me again. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon, lime.
Mango.
Mango. Hey, I'm drinking cranberry today. We kind of like the cranberry. That's in the Ugly Christmas Sweater pack. Check those out. You can also find pineapple, all different types of flavors that you can find with your Bud Light Seltzer. And we love everything about Bud Light Seltzer. Less than a gram of sugar, under 100 calories.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And you can have it delivered to your door in time for the holidays, by the way. If you're having a holiday party with under 12 people.
That's what I'm going to do.
You got to order that. Have it delivered to your house. BudLight.com. Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. You got to make sure your flow is looking right, but not only looking right, Cam, it's got to be smelling right. And the way it smells good is you keep it handsome with keepithandsome.com.
I smell my wife's hair all the time, and it just turns me on because she's just a beauty. Like, she's just perfect. And I'm such a fucking scumbag, weirdo, ugly piece of shit. And then I smell her hair, and I'm like, oh, God, you're a princess. Now she's smelling my fucking hair. Now she, not just my BO, which she likes, which is very bizarre. She smells my hair, and she's like, I want to have sex with you. And I'm like, okay, let's go. But she's smelling my hair, and she's like, you're fucking handsome as fuck. And you scored 86 goals, which you didn't, but she thinks I did because my hair smells good. That's the fucking best.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
we make love for 2 hours. My dick hurts afterwards.
The beard moisturizer.
Yes. Yeah, my beard's getting... Look at my fucking beard. Look at my beard.
What is that?
It's called a beard.
Is it?
I went through puberty when I was like 10. You'll get there soon. Holy fuck. My beard looks badass. I look like a fucking country boy. I look like I should be on Yellowstone with my fucking cowboy hat on, and I smell good, and my wife wants to bang me. That's the best of the best. Saves your relationship, man.
KeepItHandsome.com. Check out the beard moisturizer. Get the head balm. I like putting that in my hair every single day. You got the gels, you got the creams, you got the paste, you got everything. And they've got those Fight Ugly hoodies. They got some sick-ass hoodies. We got new ones coming out, too. That are going to be out very, very soon.
We got some badass
Oh, my
shit
God. I
out,
can't
dude.
believe.
Shit kicking.
Fight Ugly with KeepItHandsome.com. Mention the promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save 15%. We fight the ugly. We fight the bullies. We're all about anti-bullying with portions of the proceeds going back to the Montreal Resource Center.
Yeah,
we
dude.
love everyone over there at the Montreal Resource Center. Do they speak French or English over there?
Dude, they speak French, dude.
Do they?
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't speak French, although I did take it in high school. I didn't pay attention because I was playing juniors, but it doesn't matter. I know how to say, je m'appelle Cam, and that's all that fucking matters.
What does that mean?
My name is Cam.
Je
Je m'appelle Cam.
Je m'appelle?
I think so.
I don't think that's how you say it at all.
I think it is.
No, I don't know if that's
Je
how you say
m'appelle
it.
Cam. And everybody's like, what's up, Cam, baby? I love
Je
you.
m'appelle.
I
I don't think that's it. I don't think
The
that's
point
it.
is, we stick up for fucking anti-bullying, man.
Yes, we do.
But we're going to have a little caveat to this.
And we love Sarah McLachlan, too. Mention that.
She needs to grow her hair out. Whatever. Okay, here's the deal. The anti-bullying shit, though, man, I'll tell you this. You can't bullshit some of the bullies, too, man, because some of these cats came from fucking shitville, and their fucking daddy fucking beat them up,
yes.
and they don't know how to react, and then they piss on me in a bathroom.
So we understand where that comes from.
Yeah.
They let them rehabilitate, let them grow, let them learn.
They came out to my house, man. This bully came out to my house, and he became my buddy, and he just had the fucking most terrible life ever, and that's why he pissed on me in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
Then we went toe-to-toe, and then we're buddies.
Get that Fight Ugly hoodie. Get it today in time for the holidays. Great pricing. It's even better when you mention that promo code Cam and Strick. You'll save 15%. So check it out. KeepItHandsome.com. How about Bellman.com? BEHLMANN.com. Talked to Big Dan yesterday.
What'd he say?
We're coming out to the store very soon.
Tell him to invite
Can't
us out
wait.
then.
We are going to
Can
go
I
out.
act like a swinging dick just to be funny? Can I
As
act,
like a salesperson?
Can I? Yes, just like the. Just
Oh,
like
we should do like a
we
commercial.
should do a commercial where.
Hey, my wife.
Get out here. Are you fucking Kate Jansen? I fucking beat your fucking husband up the other day. He's got a small fucking penis. Kate's like, what? Who are you? Well, I just want to buy a
I
vehicle.
just want a water.
I'm
If I
like,
can I have a
I'm
water?
like normal and why? I beat your fucking. Can I do that?
I was first team all
I
conference.
played fucking football and basketball. Fuck off. You didn't do shit, you fuck boy. Shut the fuck up. And Kate's going to leave. So can I act like that at
Yeah.
Bellman and
Yeah.
to show how cool
well,
they are?
Yeah, because you don't have those type of people there.
Swinging their dick around?
You don't have them across the street either at the Cadillac Buick GMC dealership. I'm looking at that Escalade. Cam's looking at that Enclave, the pearl white one with beige
I don't give a
captain
fuck.
seats. Right?
Yeah, I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
It's got the
I'll make that thing
shiny
shit
pearl
kicking.
white.
I'll play fucking Pantera in that bad boy.
Across the street, the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You got the pink Jeep 2-door small wheel soft top. You can get that too. They got so many options though, man. All their trucks in time for the winter, man. You need that four-wheel drive protection. Get it and get it now. Also, if you have a used car, you don't know what to do with it. You think, oh man, I don't know. They're not going to give me much money for it.
Yeah,
they will.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. Because they're fair.
Yes.
And they treat you the
Yes.
right way.
Yes.
And you're going to drive off
They're not
the lot.
creepy. They're not fucking
no,
creepy.
and you're going to drive off the lot in a brand new set of wheels, and you're going to thank me for it. You're going to love it. I talked to a guy the other day. He said, "Hey, do you want your car wrapped? Would you wrap your truck in a Cam and Strick podcast wrapping?
Andy, that's the stupidest fucking thing in the world.
Would you do it?"
I did that in Nottingham, and I never fucking got in my car.
This guy asked me that yesterday.
No, I'm not doing it.
You're not.
If they give me a demo, I will.
We might have to get a company car for that.
I need a demo.
Brody can drive it.
The women will go crazy if I drove that around.
No, they
and
wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
No, they
and then
wouldn't.
Kate would be like, Cam, this girl's all over you. I'm like, I know.
No, they wouldn't. But Brody can drive it. Anyway, Bellman.com. Check that out. Check it out online right now and bring that used car in so they can buy it. All right, Geoff Courtnall, older brother
Russ?
of Russ. We thought we were calling Russ,
He was
but we
pissed.
got Geoff.
He was pissed off the bat.
But the interview was great nonetheless.
We're like, Russ.
Who was faster, Russ or Geoff?
Russ.
Probably Russ.
Russ was one of the best skaters in the league.
He was,
He's like
man.
fucking Sean McEachern.
Oh yeah, good American boy.
Like that?
Oh yeah.
Or Steve Duchesne was going
Olympian.
to.
I used to love Sean McEachern when he played in the Olympics when I was a kid.
Yeah, he was a fast motherfucker. Played
He
for
was.
Pittsburgh and shit.
He was.
Yeah,
Ottawa too.
Yep, I remember him.
Yeah.
That's why I brought him up, because I remember him.
Number 15, I believe.
I don't
Sean
know about that.
McEachern.
My memory's
All right,
not
we
that
got
good.
number 14, Geoff Courtnall. What a great player he was. Great career. Fan favorite everywhere he went, man. Teammates loved him. The fans loved him. And he's with us now on the Cam and Strick Podcast.
Russ.
What's up, Russ?
No, it's Geoff.
Oh, we got the. Okay, yeah.
Where it
You're
is
right. You're
bullshitting
right. This
you.
is Geoff.
Where it is bullshit.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
going on, buddy?
Cam doesn't know anyway. Just so you know, he may call you
Yeah.
Russ half the interview.
That's fine.
What's going on, man?
I've been called worse.
Me too. Where you at?
I'm in Vancouver.
I know. Why couldn't we do the interview live? You know, bring us to Vancouver. What's the weather like today in Vancouver? How nice is it there?
It's sunny today, but it's normally raining here this time of year. But today it's the sun came out, so it's pretty nice.
Where do you live there, man? You looking over the mountains? Like, explain your setup a bit.
I live in West Vancouver. Great view of the ocean and the mountains. It's pretty beautiful here.
You ski and all that?
we skate ski, which is just an amazing workout.
Skate ski? What the hell is that?
I think I'd like to compete
so
professionally.
I got to tell you, my girlfriend's a great skate skier. She took me skate skiing and said, "Oh, you should be able to do it. You played hockey." So I literally fell 30 times, popped my friggin' rib out, said, "I'm never doing that again. That's the worst thing I've ever done." And it's taken me about 3 years to learn how to do it. So it's, but now it's fun.
So you're in the middle of it. I'm guessing in the middle of nowhere, and you blow a tire and you pop your rib out. Now what?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like,
and there's
let me try
around.
it again.
And the best part was I didn't know how to get up, and I didn't learn how to get up easily until I asked one of the instructors about a week later. But if you know what skate skiing is, it's with the guys in the Olympics who do it with the guns on their backs and then they go down and shoot. Well, if you ever get a chance, just try to skate ski, and then you'll figure out how the heck do these guys get their heart rates down to shoot.
I know. You know what we call that here? We call that skeet shooting, I think. Right?
No.
Is that what we call that?
No, it's not.
Is it skeet shooting?
No, Andy. No, it's not. It's not skeet shooting. I don't know what they shoot whenever they do that, but I don't know. They might be shooting
They just
skeet
shoot those targets, and then they, if they miss, they add seconds onto their time.
So are you on skis when you're doing? Why do they call it skate skiing?
I think it's called the Nordic. What's it called? The Norwegian guys always win it in the Olympics.
Of course they do.
Yeah, it's a cross-country skiing. I think we call it cross-country skiing here.
Well, we call it a lot of different.
We call it miserable.
I like calling it skate skiing, but be careful, you may break your ribs. So now you're a professional. You're doing that, and and what?
Definitely not.
Do you still get on the ice? Are you around the rinks? Like, where are you at in terms of hockey nowadays?
No, I don't get on the ice. I get on the ice like 4 times a year for charity events, and that's about it.
He's still pretty cut up, though, Andy. I saw him in the locker room about 3-4 months. Oh, my.
I think it's
what do you do?
Natural, hereditary, or something.
Are you eating kale all day? Like, why are you so cut up still?
Yeah, no. I work out a lot. I ride, lift weights, try to work out 2 or 3 times a week just to stay healthy.
You got that jawline going. Like, you and Trevor Linden, both you guys look young. Like, do you run into him? Do you see him working out too?
I see him once in a while, not very often, but yeah, he's in great shape.
Wow, that's great.
He's a lot younger than me, though.
Is he? You wouldn't know it,
I know.
Geoff.
Not with that hairline.
Looking at you. So you got a lot of free time. Listen, I got to ask you this, though. You were sitting on a gold mine. Like, I keep reading about you literally sitting on a gold mine. Like, we say that to people, but you, in fact, were sitting on a gold mine in Peru. Like, whatever happened to that? Did you ever cash out? Did you make money on that? Like, what's the latest?
No, it's still ongoing. We just started production about 2 years ago, and then it got blockaded by some locals, and so it's in court right now. So it's in world court, so we'll see what happens, but it'll get resolved here soon, hopefully.
World court. I mean, this is I've never even heard of world court. So we're talking about, okay, so Cam's looking at me like I'm crazy. So like a Peruvian gold mine, like he's sitting on. You own it. Like, how did you find it? Like, you and like what, a couple other people? Like, give us the background here.
Well, my partner here in Vancouver, he's a geologist, and he was introduced to it through some guys from Peru. So I partnered with him. We raised the money, basically did a lot of work, built the road, had an agreement with the locals, started to process it, and then basically some guys came and blockaded our road, and we've been at that point for a couple of years. So that's how I got involved with that. World Court's in London, so it's basically a free trade, or it's a trade agreement between Canada and Peru. So that's how we're resolving it.
Do you need us to take care of this? And like,
you want me to make a phone call?
Cam should go over there. Except the only problem was those guys had guns.
I was going to ask you that. They rolled up with AKs and you're like, oh,
no,
shit.
I don't know what they had because I wasn't there, but the guys who worked for us were unfortunately scared out of there.
Wow, bunch of gold right down there.
How much gold's there? Like, how much are you sitting on? You think?
There was about 1 million ounces.
So how much money? Like, translate that into U.S. money. Don't give me Canadian.
That's a lot.
That's a ton. And not to
Just
mention,
depends what the price is. It's like, what, $1,780 or something today, but it was $1,900, which would make it even worth more.
You know what else you have there, too, that you're missing out on, Andy? You'll probably dig up some dinosaur bones as well. I know, add on to it.
What's the price of dinosaur bones going
Depends
for right
on what
now?
it is. It depends on what it is. Fucking T-Rex, you're
probably,
fucking loaded.
And probably higher than 1780, I'll tell you that right
Jeff
now.
probably has a dinosaur in his big foyer when he walks in looking over the mountains.
That is amazing. Do any other NHL players get involved with that, or is that just you on the hockey side?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few guys that are out here in Vancouver. I mean, there's a lot of those deals around the world that are put together in Vancouver. Vancouver is probably one of the biggest capital markets for raising money for junior minors.
Is it too late to get in on that, or are we SOL on that?
Andy's going to go to Peru with a bunch of guys with armed. Get out of here.
Yeah.
So, listen, man, you had a great career, and listen, people here in St. Louis, they loved you, man.
God.
I hear you're a god in Vancouver. Like, they loved you here in St. Louis. People may not even remember that you played the most games of any of the teams you played for in your career. You played for the Blues. So, like, who do you identify yourself as when you think about your career? Are you a Canuck? Are you a Blue? Are you a mixture of it all? What are you?
I consider myself a Blue because that's where I retired, and I watched them the most. Loved my time in St. Louis. Loved the people there. Had a lot of, and still have a lot of friends there. I think that it's Vancouver was fun because I'm from here. To play here was fantastic as well, but I just really had a deep tie to St. Louis.
I consider you a Washington Capital myself, but
or Boston Bruin.
Yeah. Well, speaking of like playing in your hometown, like was that pretty tough? I mean, it's always fun when you first get there, your family's at the games and shit like that. But did it become a little too much, especially in Vancouver, nonetheless?
Yeah, it was interesting at the beginning. Obviously, I was sad to leave St. Louis the first time, but I was excited to be going to Vancouver, and then there was a lot of excitement from the time we got here. I think that Cliff Ronning and I came in the trade. We played with Trevor, and that line really produced a lot of the offense, and we made it into the playoffs that year when they were in last place when we got here. And then the team just continued to get better, and then Bure came here, and I think that it was difficult playing at home because everyone always wanted tickets, always wanted to come down after the game, so kind of consumed by that, but I still really enjoyed it, and we had some real excitement here in '94.
All right, so listen, I've talked to Momesso and some of the other guys involved in that. I think I was like in 4th or 5th grade at the time, and just completely just disrupted my day. Okay, I'm like, what did they just do? They just traded half the team when they're like the number 1 team in the country. So how did this shake out? Like, were you excited to go because it was your hometown team, or were you like, oh, this is terrible?
I was playing either with Adam Oates and Hully or Rod Brindamore and Paul McLean. And I mean, God, I was having a great year. We were first overall. I thought we were right there and would have a chance to be a contender in the playoffs. And then all of a sudden they traded 4 of us, and Robert Dirk, Momesso, and Cliff Ronning and I for Garth Butcher and Dan Quinn, who I think was gone the next year. But God. I don't know why.
He's on the PGA Tour. He's on the PGA Tour, I think, last I saw.
I mean, when that went down, were you like, oh, wow, oh, shit, we got a lot of players going here. But then you sit back and you look at the trade where you're like, why the fuck did they do that? Like, I love Garth Butcher. Like, don't get me wrong. But you sit back and say, well, we stole this one.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy the way it went down, too. They called us in one at a time, and then I left the rink because we were in Hartford, and I thought, oh, my God. I can't believe it. I wonder who they traded me for. And then I got back to the hotel, and Cliffy came in. And Cliffy had already called Vancouver because he knew we were going there, and they had already heard that it was for 4 of us. And I was like, oh, my God, we're all going there. So, it was interesting.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat, you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. So did you guys all like leave Hartford and fly to Vancouver together? Like, how did that?
Yeah.
And who told
Yeah,
you? Like
we
when you say they called you in, like who gave you the news? Like who called you in?
I think it was like the coaches, Bob Barry and Brian Sutter. So, they got what they wanted. They wanted a defenseman, and Vancouver kind of bent them over the barrel and got 4 of us.
What were they thinking? Like Pat Quinn and company? Were they like,
Quinn.
oh my God, I can't believe we just pulled this off?
Deal.
No kidding. Yeah, that was legendary.
Shit, that wouldn't have happened these days, though. That would have gone on Twitter before the trade went down, and the fans would have gone crazy, and they would have fucking...
They would have pulled it off the table.
Right off the table.
Sorry, we're not doing it, Pat.
No way.
You're going to have to ask 4 guys if they can waive their no-trade clause.
What were your teammates saying at the time? Like, I could only imagine Holly. I wish they had a press conference right away. Holly, your thoughts on the trade? Although he probably did give his opinion. But were they calling? I guess no cell phones back then, right? They weren't calling you to find out what the hell was going on, were they?
Yeah. I don't know, I don't know when I told him that I was traded, he was like, what? That's all he said. But, yeah. So, anyway, I don't know what he thought.
He sent the telegram. It's still on the way. Still on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's just nuts, man. But then you go to the Stanley Cup final, and obviously things worked out for you in Vancouver, man. You become a legend there. But people love you in Vancouver. Like, playing in a Canadian city for you, like, was that a cool experience when you look back on it?
Yeah, I think obviously, hockey is the number 1 sport in Canada. So I think that it's still today, a lot of people remember 94. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. People understand the game here, follow the game closely. And I think that, that's why we benefit from it so much here as players.
Yeah, it'd be a great trivia question if people said, hey, Geoff Courtnall won a Stanley Cup with what team? Like, people forget you played for the Edmonton Oilers, man. I don't even know if I remember that or that you won a cup. Like, when you got to Edmonton, were you like, oh, my God? Like, was it intimidating walking into that room with all those incredible, future Hall of Famers, or did you feel like you fit right in right away?
God, no. That was the most intimidating part of my career was, getting traded from Boston there and then walking in the dressing room and obviously seeing the guys' names. Like, I got there late in the afternoon the first day that I was there and went in and to the dressing room and put all my stuff in the stall, and I was looking around the room going, Mark Messier, Wayne Gretzky, like all these guys. I was going, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to play with these guys. So that was very intimidating, but very exciting after I got used to playing with those guys.
Well, so who'd you hang out with off the bat? I know you were young, but did you try to hang out with Gretz? Like, was he just approachable at that age? Like, were you like, I know I'm a young kid, but I kind of want to hang out with the older guys here?
You know what? He was probably the most amazing leader. So was Mark, that I played with. And I think right away, I think the first day after practice, he asked me if I wanted to go for lunch. So I went with all those guys, Kevin Lowe. I think that it was just a really tight group. They made me feel a big part of it right from the beginning, and I think that's why that team was so successful.
Who picked up that tab? When Gretzky and Mess are right there, who picks it up? Do they fight over it?
The guy at the restaurant.
They're not paying. Who are you kidding?
That's what I always tell everyone. When you're playing hockey and making money, you don't need everyone buying you drinks and food, and then when it's over, nobody buys it for you.
Oh, my God.
Shit.
Were you depressed when you left there, though? Were you like, oh, my God, I got to leave the Edmonton Oilers? Like, did you call your agent and be like, man, sign me a contract extension so I stay here?
No, actually, I was a free agent, so I had lots of opportunities to go to other teams, and Gretzky had just gotten traded to LA. So, it was Edmonton weren't even really in the running because they weren't willing to pay me close to what I ended up getting.
What'd you do with the cup?
I didn't do anything with it.
Why not?
I didn't. I did have it in Victoria. We had a kind of like parade and thing, but I didn't have it that summer because it was just, you know what? I really was only there for the last 3 months, and a lot of the guys had it pretty much all summer, and then they weren't too happy that I left. So
wait, so they did?
That's probably
Oh,
wait,
because,
really?
Because you left, they were like, okay, you're not getting the cup then.
yeah.
What?
But anyway, I ended up getting it, so it was fine.
Oh,
okay. So you did get it. Okay. Well, I don't understand that because even
I didn't get it that summer.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Okay.
But I did get it to Victoria, but it was a few years later.
Well,
Wow.
shit. Now, Jeff, man, guys that some of these guys that didn't even play a game that were just on the Black Aces got a day with the cup.
I know.
It feels like.
like they'll take that thing over.
I
to-
got a day with the cup, Jeff, and I didn't
Hey,
fucking do anything.
if you didn't play, and it doesn't matter if you live in like Siberia or Finland, they will get it to
They'll
you,
get it
and
to
you'll
you.
still have your day with
You
it.
got to wait 2 years.
Yeah.
So I want to go way back though to where you grew up, hockey household. I know your dad was your coach. Your brother played in the NHL, had a great career too. It's kind of remarkable how similar your guys' careers are. It's like almost like freaky. You're like the Sedins before there were the Sedins, even though you weren't
I'd say they're
twins.
tougher. But go ahead.
But yeah, a little bit tougher.
tougher.
But what was life like in the Courtnall household?
Well, you know what? My dad played hockey, so he coached us from a young age, made us play all sports. So we played baseball, soccer, and hockey, all of us. 3 boys, 1 girl. My sister played hockey too.
Oh, wow.
So, we were always active, and I think that's probably why we had the success we had, because we just started training from a young age, played a lot of road hockey.
Yeah.
And, everybody in the area we grew up in wanted to play road hockey, so there was always games, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, because, even in Vancouver, though, you're not skating outside all the time,
No.
are you? No. So you have to – are you on rollerblades at this time? Or
No,
they didn't have
no,
rollerblades back then. What the fuck am I
just
thinking?
running.
Yeah, just running around.
Just runners.
But even when you said you played soccer and baseball, to all the parents out there, don't you recommend getting your kids into kind of every – and I always talk about this. Get them into everything so they become an athlete, and eventually they'll kind of morph into a hockey player after playing everything else.
Yeah, well, I think my parents just got us into sports to keep us busy so that when we were older, we'd stay out of trouble. And I think that we all just loved it. So it was great. I think the biggest problem is computers and cell phones, obviously. It makes it a lot more difficult to get kids excited about anything.
Were you and Russ competitive, like when it came to
Yeah.
hockey?
Yeah, we were very competitive in hockey when we were younger. I was a late bloomer. I was really small till I was like 16, and Russ started playing when he started skating when he was 3, playing hockey when he was 6. I didn't start playing till I was 9, really playing serious till I was 10. Yeah. So I had a lot of catching up to do, but Russ was probably one of the best skaters in the league, in his time. Great hands, and I think so we were different players, and I had to work hard for everything I got. But yeah, we were competitive, lots of fights in the basement. He threw his stick at me lots of times, like tomahawk style.
Really?
That's a 20 gamer these
That's
days,
a 20
baby.
gamer.
Yeah.
But did you guys eventually, as you got older, did you become close friends? Like, did you ever have that type of relationship?
Yeah, we were very, very close. We talked a lot. I think when you're brothers and you're going through this stuff that, you go through as a pro athlete, whether it's whatever sport, but especially in hockey, there was so many ups and downs, lots of downs for me in my first couple of years that, I was obviously Russ gave me a lot of support because he was in Toronto. I mean, he went from, captain of the world junior team to the Olympic team to the Maple Leafs when he's 18 years old.
Oh,
so,
Jesus.
And I basically was in Hershey, Pennsylvania my first year, other than 12. I think I was up for like 8 games or something. But so it's a grind. And I think that having support or somebody that knows what you're going through that you can talk to was always good.
Hey, let's talk about the new Bud Light Seltzer.
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy drinking hard seltzer that comes in 4 delicious fruit flavors. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and Cam's favorite, mango.
Oh,
With
mango.
only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and less than a gram of sugar, you might as well have a few tonight or this weekend. Go to BudLight.com to buy Bud Light Seltzer online. Must be 21 years of age or older. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Yeah.
Now, back to the interview.
What was your relationship with your dad? Was he hard on you? I know he was a coach. I mean, did he give you like, I don't know, just like that extra kind of hard-nosed type of attitude whenever your kid's playing and you're a hockey coach? Like, how was your relationship with him?
So my dad was a great coach. He was strict. He didn't really push me hard. He taught me a lot more about, he always told me, you're never going to make it in hockey, so you have to do well in school. And if you're not going to go to school, you got to get interested in something and have a trade. So from a young age, when I was 12 years old, I was always interested in work. And so he taught me lots of stuff. He and his buddies that he worked with, they did a lot of jobs on the weekends. Like they built each other's decks, fences, renovations of houses, roofs, all kinds of stuff. So basically, he taught me all that stuff when I was really young. But as well coached me in hockey. He coached Russ a lot more than he coached me. And as far as organized hockey goes, I always had different coaches. But we had father and son hockey every Saturday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was open ice. And he would come out there, and that's where I think we got a lot of our quality instruction.
There it is.
And I know he passed away when you were a teenager, but I mean, Geoff, how difficult was it at the time? Do you ever get over that? Like, how much did you think of him throughout your career? Like, I'm sure he would have been crazy proud of both you and Russ to see you both make it as far as you did.
Yeah, it was a very difficult time. I was 15 years old, obviously, and unfortunately, he committed suicide. But it's very sad to think about it because, I think that only really, 5 years later, both of us were playing in the NHL, which would have been, an amazing, obviously, satisfaction for him, for all the dedication that he and my mom put in for us to play sports. Not only did we not have any money, but the time that they put in taking us to practices and games and being there watching us and supporting us was something that you don't forget.
So your mom must have had to step up. It must have been extremely tough for her, but did you have to step up in the family too and help your mom out? You guys all come together collectively and like, okay, we got to make this thing work. I mean, that must have been just a lot of tough times on your mother.
Yeah, it was very, very difficult for her. She had to get a job, full-time job. I had to also help her because we didn't have any money, really, like barely enough. And so, we were lucky that with the life insurance that he had, that we got enough basically to pay down the mortgage where it was manageable. So we were able to stay in the house. And then a lot of the work that I did through those years, I gave my mom the money. And that's what basically got us through it all. So it was very interesting, very tough time, but something that really helps you grow.
Yeah, and then you guys made something positive out of it outside of what you guys did on the ice, but then building the Archie Courtnall Center there in Vancouver, man. That's, you got to be real proud of that, like what you've been able to do to impact people and the community and all that stuff that's come with it.
Yeah, I think that, it was something that as a family we didn't ever talk about till I was interviewed in New York by the Post and basically talked about it. And then when we retired, we started raising money for mental health in my hometown in Victoria. Built the Archie Courtnall Center, which is amazing. Emergency health. Well, it's an emergency facility for people that are suicidal. And when I go home to Victoria, lots of people will come up to me on the street and thank me for what we've done because it saved their mother, their father, their sister, their brother. So to get those accolades now from people, I think that it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Damn right
man.
it is.
I love that.
Great feeling.
All right, let's go back to when you were a player. And listen, when you ran Jamie Storr, one of the best incidents we remember as a Blues fan as a young kid, and I'm sure people have asked you about that a ton of times. But before we get into that, your brother Russ was on the other team. Like, what was his reaction after the game? Did you guys talk, or did it take a little while?
So you got to know the whole story because it's pretty actually great. One of my favorite moments. So not because just the hit because of how it played out, but basically, game 2, we killed them in game 1. Game 2, we were beating them, I think 4-1 or something, and they put Storr in for the third period, and he shut us out, and I think we only won 4-3. Go to game 3, he's shutting us out first 2 periods, and I said to Holly, shoot it wide, and I'm going to hit him, and he goes, what? Yeah, I said, do it. And he goes, okay. So it happened. My mom was there at the game because Russ was playing for LA, and she was in the wives' room the period before that, sitting with that guy's wife or girlfriend or whoever it was. So, and Russ's wife was in there as well. So after the game in LA, the dressing rooms are sort of beside each other, and the LA players walk by and have to go up the stairs to go to their wives' room or whatever and leave. And so Bergie and I were standing out in the hallway, and my brother walked by, and he didn't even say anything except as he turned to go up the stairs, he says, "That's fucking brutal." And Bergie goes, "You can't teach that."
Bergie was always a smart ass guy.
He had a one-line back.
Always a one-liner.
I mean, but it's like in the playoffs. So because of the score and the situation, and for people who don't know, I mean, Sean O'Donnell, right? Like, he jumps you. He ends up getting a 5-minute major. And all you got was a 2-minute charging penalty. And then Ian LePerriere on the other side, he got a 2-minute penalty, a 2-minute minor. So that offset.
Because they basically both dogpiled me and were beating the crap out of me. And then, all I got was 2 minutes. Well, he came out of his crease, and he was in my way, so I just hit him.
Again, a 20-gamer.
Did Holly? Did he end up? Was he the guy who dumped the puck in, Holly?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm surprised he knew how to dump the puck in.
That is such great execution, by the way, for you guys to pull that. That's like just diagramming a play between periods and executing it.
Andy, he shot it in the corner and he ran the goal.
That is execution. And are you sitting there afterwards, like in the box, like just chuckling to yourself, or what, Geoff?
Well, I was chuckling as we scored to make it 3-1, 3-2, and then I came out of the box and we tied it up. So
no wonder Soupy was on the power play. See, you were in the box. That explains why Soupy was out there on the power play, because you were in the box. And then the Blues end up scoring 4 goals in like barely over 3 minutes.
Yeah,
that's absolutely amazing. So were they running around like chasing you like the next game? I guess they couldn't.
We got back to the hotel that night, and I had death threats. So Holly and I had to move rooms, and then everywhere we went, we had 2 undercover police officers with us. So it was quite interesting.
How was that roommate, by the way?
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
He stay up. I mean, like, were you like?
I think I could write a book just about Holly.
Well, let's do that right now.
Let's do it right now.
I'll write it. You go ahead and tell us what.
Chaser, Jamie Rivers, they all can.
Give us a couple. Give us a couple good ones.
No, I can't. I mean, I can't think of them all, but every once in a while, just some of his lines are the funniest lines I've ever heard.
Were you ever like, okay, I need to go to bed, Holly? Where are you at? Like, I kind of want to play good tomorrow.
Not like that. Holly we were always together, but we always had lots of fun laughing our asses off. But no, I was just thinking yesterday, talking to somebody, and they were telling a story about Twister, and I said, well, I remember one day in practice, Twister was carrying the puck down the wing, and he lost it, and it went in the corner, and Holly yelled out, "Twister, get over here before somebody sees you."
He lost it, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Twister.
Twister.
Twister is great.
No, Twister lost it.
Oh, he'd get upset about that.
He would get upset about that.
Oh, yeah.
We interviewed Twister at his house a couple months ago.
That was it. That was it, right?
Well, how was that locker room? Speaking of Twister and all the fucking guys, I mean, good God, the personality in a locker room. Like, how do you even control it?
We had a great group of guys, just a great team. Yeah, it was really very difficult to retire from that because those guys were so great.
What do you remember about when Keenan was there and then Gretzky came? And, like, what happened between Gretzky and Keenan that led to Gretzky moving on to New York and not staying in St. Louis? Do you remember that story?
I don't think it was that anything happened. I think that, it was just, I think that they brought Wayne in because we really should have, we should have had a chance to win the cup that year. And I think if Grant Fuhr doesn't get hurt by Kyprios jumping on him in Toronto, I think we probably would have beat Detroit. And, unfortunately, we didn't. And, then I think Wayne just probably had an opportunity to go somewhere else. I don't think it was anything that actually happened between them.
Time to talk about our boy Dan Bellman. Ooh. Bellman.com. That's with 2 N's, not one. BEHLMANN.com. Hey, check out the new inventory. Check out the pre-owned vehicles. You looking for a Chrysler, a Dodge, a Jeep, or Ram? How about a Cadillac or a Buick GMC? All in Troy, Missouri. Get your new wheels in time for the winter. Now back to the interview. Kyprios drew that play up in between periods, by the way.
No, he admitted it on a podcast. We had him on the other day. I forced it out of his fucking ass. I go, tell me. And he actually admitted it, to be honest with you. But Mike Keenan said that, we had him on the pod too, Jeff, and he said that he tried to go up to Gretzky's hotel and banged on the door and just to apologize and sit down and talk to him, and Gretzky wanted nothing to do with it.
Well, Tony Twist tells a story about how he pulled a bunch of guys in the back of the bus and said, hey, listen, I'm not re-signing here and whatever. So, everyone's got their own story of how, what went down. Well, what'd you think of Keenan? Did you like Mike?
Yeah, I liked him. I think, you know what, everybody, for me, I mean, I didn't like sometimes some of the things that he did, but I think that if you worked your ass off and you came to play every night, he was a great coach. And I think he was just an intense guy, and that's why he had the success that he had. But for me, I think he pushed me to be better, and I liked playing for him.
Yeah, a lot of people say they like playing for him too, Jeff. Like a lot of the hardcore guys like you to say, fuck, I liked him. And even Keenan said, even when he got to Calgary, he's like, I'm sick of fighting with people anymore. Where is you out? Yeah. But compare him to, let's say, a Pat Quinn. Like, what's the biggest difference between those two big dogs?
I think obviously Pat had a real presence. I mean, he was a big, big man, and when he got mad, it was pretty scary. He didn't get mad very often, but he's the only guy I know that can take a 5-gallon Gatorade jug full of water, punch it, and it goes across the room.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
Twister couldn't even do that.
No, I know. It was pretty scary. Don't tell him that. Yeah, it was Winnipeg, and he lost it on us. And so we went out and basically tied. We were losing 6-2. I think we tied it up. But anyway, with Mike was, I think Mike, he was very similar. I mean, when he would lose it, obviously he would get our attention, and he just liked to bag skate us a lot, or make us do the VO2 test when he was pissed off.
Oh my God. Is that legal? Can you do that? You can't do that shit anymore.
Take away your coaching
not
card.
To do it anymore, but yeah, Mike used to every once in a while say, "Okay, VO2 test tomorrow."
Oh fuck me! How good was Bure? He was one of my favorite players growing up. Grew up in St. Louis, so we didn't really know. But was he unbelievable? Explain him.
Who did you say?
A guy named Pavel Bure. Had really long hair. Anna Kournikova.
Yeah.
How good was he?
Well, he was probably, the most exciting player that I played with or got to see play. I mean, things that he did, not many guys could do. And from blue line to blue line, I don't think there's anybody faster. And when he got loose, he could score, and he was very, very exciting and a fun guy to play with. Like, he was a great teammate. I mean, when he first got here, he didn't really speak much English, but he really was a great kid.
Did you ever go out with him? How popular was he when he went out?
Yeah, no, I hung out with him a lot, and he had a big following for sure.
What about Holly, though, getting back to that? Going out with Holly, like any comparison going out with Holly versus going out with Bure, just going out with these rock stars, man, especially when you're in a Canadian city. Like, what was it like going out with these guys?
Well, we didn't go out that much in Canada because we when you live in, you don't really go out much when you play here, but when we would obviously go on the road when we were in St. Louis, there'd, be times that we go out, but it wasn't, I don't know. It was just like we were regular people most of the time.
Yeah, well, you're not.
No, you're not, Jeff. Okay, we'll tell you that, all right?
You got sick flow,
Jeez
too.
Louise.
And yeah, you're getting
Get out of here. You're jacked.
You're not under the radar when you walk in, especially with Hully or Bure.
He's so humble.
I'm with Hully. No one knows who we are. No one knows who we are.
You're kidding. Girls are flocking everywhere.
Yeah. So, all right, listen. Everyone knew, you could play, you could skate, score goals and whatever, but you always piss people off. You got under the skin of the opposition all the time. Did you enjoy doing that, Courts?
Well, I think that was a big part of my success. And I think that when guys were trying to kill me, I think that's when I was at my best. And I think that when guys weren't pissed off at me, it probably meant that I wasn't doing my job. And I think that that's how I found, unfortunately, I think that's what probably ended my career, is that when you play the way I played, sooner or later it's going to catch up to you, and it unfortunately did. But I think that I had a great career and really enjoyed my time playing.
Were you dirty?
Yeah, sometimes. But guys were just as dirty to me as I was to them, and when guys did stuff to me or teammates, I would do it to their guys or their teammates.
But when Andy says that, it's such a broad question. You could be a dirty. There's different kinds of dirty, though. You're not cross-checking guys in the face. You're not doing the nasty shit. But you're gonna catch a guy coming across the fucking middle and put him on their ass, right?
Or you're gonna slash Nick Lidstrom when he's not looking right in the back of the knee.
Okay, never mind. I didn't see that one. Okay,
which is just hilarious. He got up.
But you were a hitter. You were a hitter.
Yeah. But I think that I think that was in I don't know what game that was in Detroit. That was during the playoffs, probably.
It was.
Yeah.
I loved your reaction too when the period ended. You're looking at their bench, they're all yelling at you. McCarty comes out, next face-off, he's right next to you. But in the playoffs, it's tough to retaliate to something like that in the playoffs, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that it's tough anytime, when somebody does something and they don't get caught, then all of a sudden you've got the referee's attention. So I think they're watching for something to happen. So guys are always afraid to retaliate right away. Obviously, if it wasn't in the playoffs, there would have probably been a big brawl, but that's part of the game.
Well, that's why you do
part
it.
of the game.
Now they're thinking about it. They wanted a brawl, so you got under their skin. Who did you? Oh yeah, Jeremy Roenick. Oh my God!
Knocked him out.
What did you get dinged for that, or was it? Did you get?
No, that was a clean hit.
I know, it's so funny. That's what the announcer said. I think it was Bill Clement who was broadcasting the game. He said Courtnall catches Roenick, who scored, by the way, on the play.
Yeah,
catches him with a clean hit. You know what you would get for that in today's game, Jeff?
Okay, but the whole game, he kept running me and hitting me and slashing me, and I kept telling him, hey, stop. And then finally he hit me. I got pissed off. I said to Shane Corson at the face-off, I said, okay, I'm going to get him. And he goes, what? And I said, I'm going to get him now this shift. He goes, okay. So then he came across the blue line with his head down to take the shot, and I hit him. And I was going about 40.
Yeah, you were. You're back checking. The back check hits where they dump it in.
That shows you how mad
and you guys aligned at a perfect speed, perfect time.
Because he was timing it.
And Roenick cut across the middle too,
because he knew Roenick was going to cut. Dude, you know what these guys are doing when they don't see you. Mm-hmm. But going back to the shit talking and sticking, that happened a couple times to me too. Matt Bradley did it. He talks shit the whole time, then he whacks you after the whistle. Then the rest come and you're like, I'm gonna get you. And then I know, you forced me to this. I'm going to fucking catch you with one. So,
but the difference is back then, though, Jeff, compared to now, guys don't expect to get hit when they cut across the middle of the ice now. Back then, you had to kind of think maybe you got to keep your head up. But you didn't even get a penalty for that. No suspension or anything. Did you ever get suspended?
Yeah, I got suspended once for slashing Joel Otto in Calgary, who basically was probably one of the dirtiest guys I played against.
Ooh.
Wow. I was going to ask you, who was a guy that just drove you crazy, Geoff?
Or scared you?
Or scared you, but that you went head-to-head with all the time?
Yeah, Chelios was probably the toughest guy that I played against. He was, I battled with him lots, and I have battled with him in Montreal when I was with Boston, and then Chicago with St. Louis, and he was a difficult guy to play with. He was tough and competed real hard every game.
So, okay, there's like a third guy that we had on that said Chelios was one of the hardest
And
players.
we've had Chelios on,
We had
too.
Chelios on and all the guys.
He was like in Malibu on the boat.
really tan, just like you. But you get Chelios, but like, what about like a Marchment or some of those guys where you're like, fuck?
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't really have any issues playing against him. I think, obviously he had a reputation, but he never got me.
Yeah.
What about playing against Pronger? I know you spent so much of your guys' careers that overlapped. You guys were on the same team, but playing against him, was he dirty?
Well, I played, with him in St. Louis pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, okay.
He wasn't dirty. He was just mean.
Okay.
He was a hard guy to play against, even in practice. I think I'll tell you there's a guy that Mike Keenan, I think, basically turned into the player he was. That first year Chris was there he was really tough on Chris, unfortunately. But man, by the end of the season, Chris was our best player.
I know, man. Yeah. So many guys have said that, like how hard he was on Prongs. You mentioned like the way that you played, it probably ended your career. How many concussions did you have over the course of your NHL career?
Oh, I had too many to count. I'm probably, over my career in the NHL, probably, I don't know, 8 or 10.
Oh my God.
And do you remember?
But you have to, I was telling people, a while ago that, when we were young, and I can remember getting knocked out. The worst one I got was, normally they just give you smelling salts and you go back out there the next period. But the worst one I got was against, in Washington against, I think we were playing the Islanders in Conroyd. I tried to jump around him at the blue line and his shoulder got me in the chin, and I was out cold going through the air. I woke up in the ambulance, stayed overnight in the hospital, and I played 2 nights later.
Yeah.
In Quebec, right? I think I remember that game.
Yeah. And there was basically, and I was felt screwed up for about a week.
Really?
But I now these kids, they get concussions now and they're out for 6 months. It's the post-concussion syndrome stuff is crazy now.
Well, why do you think that is? Do you think people
I don't know.
overreacting to it, or do you think?
No, I don't know whether it's something different in the environment or whether it's something I just don't know what it is, because why 20 years ago were we getting knocked out and smelling salts and then we were fine? I just don't. My son was playing in the American League and I went down to see him, and there was 4 or 5 guys on his team that were out with concussions, and I was going, holy smokes. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what it is.
Andy Strickland and Cam Jansen here for you for GadgetBuyback.com. Yeah. Gadget Lab, they got a store here locally if you're in St. Louis, 5541 Telegraph Road. Here's the deal. You got an old phone, maybe a cracked tablet. Maybe it's perfect, but it's a little bit older. Turn it in right now. www.GadgetBuyback.com. Upgrade your devices, phones, computers, watches.
Anything.
Doesn't have to be Apple either. No. Get those tablets turned in. Again, www.GadgetBuyback.com, 877-772-8880. Now back to the interview.
Yeah.
How long would your symptoms last? A lot of guys who miss extended period of time, they say their symptoms don't necessarily go away, but were you playing with concussion symptoms?
Well, no, I don't remember getting concussion symptoms. That's why when the first guys started to get it, I was going, oh, what is that? That, can't be bad. You should be able to come back and play. And then when I got it, I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. When I was, basically the year that I missed 50 games, the first 6 weeks I couldn't get out of bed. I felt like I was car sick as soon as I sat up. So that was, pretty scary.
God, so
And still today, I mean, I'm fine now. I can ride and work out. I don't feel great when I skate, and that's why I don't skate very much.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is it like a balance issue?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it has something to do with being on skates and, you know, the whole balance thing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so explain, like, I know you said you couldn't get out of bed, but, like, explain the symptoms. Is it like having the flu really bad, or, like, you're just like having being car sick, but always car sick?
That's exactly it. Okay. So every time I sat up, I felt like I was car sick. And, you know, the first 6 weeks, I mean, I was like, I had vertigo. It was like crazy. I mean, I was at this place where I just could not figure out why I felt so sick. And then, you know, just over time, started doing lots of I saw a lot of doctors trying to figure it out. I had MRIs, CAT scans, everything, like lots of stuff, trying to figure it out, because I was just like at wit's end. And I think that, you know, it was unfortunate. I came back, played in the playoffs that year, and then got hurt the next year. So difficult.
So, okay. So you're spinning around. You probably came and watched TV, because that probably makes you spin even more. So did someday you just woke up, or did it gradually, like, I can go to the bathroom now, or now I can get up, or now I can do this?
It was very gradual, and over time it started to get better. But then if I did any exercise, I would start to feel sick right away. And then, you know, slowly I was able to do a little bit more, and then it finally got better.
Remind us what happened on the last incident that ended your career. And would you say that was the worst one, or you just got to a point that you said, I just can't do this anymore?
The last one was I tried to step around Berard, and he didn't. I mean, he just put his arm up to kind of block me, and his elbow hit me right on the chin, and that knocked me out. And then I was crawling around trying to find the bench, and that was, I knew that was probably the end, for not only for the Blues, because management were pretty concerned about me playing again, especially Larry Plow, who was amazing through it all, because his son had gone through it when he was young. So, you know, it's difficult to go through that, but I think really, I think it was probably a combination of a lot of compounding issues, as far as all the concussions that I've had that brought it to that point. Mm-hmm. You know, I met Brian Berard with Russ after my career was over, and he felt bad, and I was like, no, I mean, you shouldn't feel bad about it. It was just the compounding effect of having a lot of concussions, because that hit wasn't really that hard of a hit, but it just showed you how it got easier and easier to get knocked out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, after you've been already been knocked out all those times. So like when you see Crosby take a long time to come back, that's been several years now. And there's been other guys. Mark Savard had his career.
David Perron.
And because of careers, Perron missed a full calendar year. Like, what would your advice be to those guys? I mean, do you cringe when you see them come back, do you think they should shut it down? Like, how do you look at it?
Oh, you know, I think every case is different. I don't really know what their symptoms are or what it is or has done to them, but I think you have to be careful. I mean, you know, one of the top neurologists that I saw from Boston, told me, you know, you have lots of people who get really badly injured in car accidents with head injuries, and the consequences can be, you know, very devastating compared to where you're at, which was, you know, myself, because I could still function. And he said to me, he says, you know, one day there'll be an athlete that gets a concussion that really, you know, suffers a severe injury. And so I think that was also something that made me really think hard about playing ever again.
But I was reading something. I think you went to the University of Victoria, like the brain center, you know, treatment there, and you had already tried like acupuncture and chiropractic work and all this different stuff. What worked at this facility that wasn't working before? Like, what do they do? Like anything like that was innovative at the time?
No, that was just I'll try anything because I still am not perfect, but that was computer generated with colors and different things that you can basically do all the time as exercises that I think can help challenge and fire your brain. So that was an interesting one. But there's a guy here in Vancouver who I've had a lot of success with that does neurotherapy, cranial massage, and chiro. And a lot of guys in the NHL currently now have also used him. So I go to him every once in a while when I don't feel good.
See, I used to get a concussion doing the concussion tests before the season even started.
Oh my
All
God.
the numbers and shit.
But would you do like different testing like on your own before you go out there and play? Somebody told me that at one time that you would do some tests on your own before you go out there and play. Is that true or not?
No. Yeah, there was some different stuff that I could do as far as, one of the doctors that I saw in St. Louis, they had me doing, a bunch of different things to basically, it was movement for my eyes that would basically help fire everything so that I wouldn't get the symptoms. So yeah, I did do a lot of that stuff with Ray Borelli.
Yeah, okay. You don't drink anymore, and Cam Neely, it's interesting like how close you guys are to this day when you consider you played with him such early in your career. What led to you feeling like you just kind of had to cut it off and go cold turkey, and what did Cam Neely do for you to kind of influence you to quit?
Well, first of all, I'm an idiot when I drink, so I quit. I think that I think life's great without alcohol for me, and I've been almost 10 and a half years now. The Olympics was 10 days here in Vancouver. Had lots of buddies who were coming into town, so we partied pretty hard, different guys all the time. And I think Cam just talked to me, and also my brother, and he was just worried about me. And it's great to have a friend who's open and can say that to you. And just had a couple of different things that in my life that happened around that time that basically I just said to myself, you know what, I'm done. I'm never drinking again. And first year was very, very difficult, but I got through it. And then after that, it's just been real easy.
Damn. Like what kind of, like you say you were just a bad drinker, and we've all hung out with all kinds of different drinkers throughout the, especially your hockey career. But like, would you black out, or were you aggressive? Were you like just stupid?
Definitely not aggressive, but when you don't remember what happened the night before, and you don't remember where you parked your car, and you don't remember how you got home, and hungover all the time, and I think get pulled over a few times and get 24-hour suspensions. It's pretty crazy.
What's a 24-hour suspension? Like they don't take you in? They don't arrest you?
No, they don't take you in. Basically, they take your license for 24 hours. And I don't know what the rule is now, but back then they used to just take your car and your driver's license, and I think you had to. I think they had your car for 2 or 3 days.
Oh, I'll tell you what they do now. You're on the front page of every fucking newspaper, and you're in jail. Just so you know.
Yeah.
A little bit of difference.
It's changed
a little bit.
But I can only imagine, though, you're living in Vancouver. The 2010 Olympics are there. Like, who are you hanging out with? Like Gretzky and the boys? Like who?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it was like, my brother, Gretz, Cam Neely, Al McInnes was in town. Like, it was just everybody. I mean, all the guys I played with from all the teams. And so it was all the guys that were, involved with different teams that either they played for or whatever. So it was just fun. And then I have all my buddies that are here in Vancouver. And so we were going to all the games, and it was just a big party for 10 days.
Did you date Sarah McLachlan?
Well, I mean,
how'd you wheel
that?
that?
Is such a bad question.
Why?
I mean, well, everyone knows he dated Sarah McLachlan.
I want him to say it. How'd you wheel that? Would you just meet her at a bar or what?
No, at a charity event.
Good old charity events. Would you just go right up to her? I mean, that's pretty ballsy, right? Because she was a big dog.
She went up to you and she said, "Are you Geoff Courtnall?"
She did.
With Flo,
it was just through mutual friends, and it was at an event in her backyard.
Was she a big star at the time? Like, was that during her heyday?
Yeah.
Oh, I think obviously still is.
She's like, "You're the guy with the black toques. I love those." I got a bone to pick with her because of I got a bone to pick with her.
Hey, did she ever sell that big mansion up there in Whistler? Like, how often do you guys hang out at that house?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No. Not. I don't think she did, but yeah, we used to go there.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And you want to talk about your ex-girlfriends or what?
The
one thing I just said, she's just got that commercial at Christmas time where she has a song going on. It's got all the puppies and like the puppy mills. I fucking hate it. It drives me crazy. Right? Can you write her an email and tell her to stop doing that, please? No, I'm just joking, buddy.
Hey, before we let you go, when you played in Boston, you broke in. I know you played with Mike Milbury. Like, how was he as a teammate? You like Mike, or was he exactly what you see on TV nowadays?
Yeah, no, he was a good guy. I was young when I was there. Those guys, I just didn't say much, and I just sat back and watched and listened to those guys. But yeah, no, he was a good teammate.
Okay, I didn't know.
Unlike what, Andy?
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if he was like a dick or something like that. Treat him like crap.
Probably a dick, but
no,
you never know. All right, what are you doing now, man? What's going on with you now?
God. Not too much.
You're sitting on a gold mine. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, do you save enough money where you don't have to work?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he invests. You do like a lot of investments and stuff like that, don't you? Like commercial real estate.
Lots of opportunity here. Real estate. Yeah, I'm involved in a bunch of different things here in this province. Has been pretty exciting. So
I know. We love it up in BC. Hey, tell Russ to calm down, by the way, for what you did to Jamie Storr, because his hit on Mike Vernon was way worse. It wasn't even close. It was so much worse.
I'll tell him that for sure.
We gotta get him on too. I got his autograph when I was a kid when he was playing with the Leafs. He wore number 9.
Oh yeah,
he was sick. Good skater.
And he's got everybody's autograph.
Young.
And if you're gonna write a book, he'll write it for you because he knows more about you than he does than you know about you.
I was a young kid. So all right, listen, man, we appreciate you doing this, Geoff, and
no problem.
Continued success, man, and thanks for doing this. We appreciate
it, big boy. Thanks a lot, bud.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Okay.
Right on.
Take care.
Goodbye.
That was Geoff Courtnall.
Courtnall. Was that Russ Counrtnall?
It was Geoff Courtnall. In all reality, man, we talk about that. Who was pissed?
I think Geoff was pissed when we first said, "Hey, Russ." He's like,
he knew we were
I'm
joking.
fucking Geoff.
Dude, all his teammates love him. Cam Neely, by the way.
Yeah.
How about that, man? Good friend. Called him and said, "Listen, I think you need a little bit of." That's what it's all about, man. And then for Geoff to realize that and just like that cold turkey, he's got his life on track, man. He's doing great. He's a smart-ass businessman.
Oh, yeah. He's got gold mines, dude.
He's got great family, great kids. And he's moved on from Sarah.
Thank
right?
God.
And he's got a new girlfriend, I believe, now, man.
Probably hot as shit.
Probably.
Dime.
Probably.
Long hair, I'm
probably.
sure. She's not singing about
dogs. Again, like I hear he was tight with like Mark Bergevin, man. Those guys, like, it's funny. He says he was partying with all these guys that were in town during the 2010 Olympics. Gretzky, it's like all the best. They all loved him, man. They all respected the shit out of Geoff Courtnall.
He had an alcohol problem too, man. And he's like, I go, what the fuck? Like, what kind of drunk were you, dude? Yeah. Like, what kind of drunk were you, man? Like, I've seen it all. Like, I'm a happy drunk. He was probably one of those, like, I go,
he lost his car and stuff
he blacked out. He was a blackout.
Okay.
Like, he blacked out. So he drank the blackout. And I know guys that we play with, Andy. I'm not going to bring their names up. They fucking black out.
But
and they're at the bar and you have to kick them like, get up.
Regardless, but he's doing great, dude. And he had a great NHL career. Such a fun player to watch.
Great guy.
Entertaining player, dude.
Jacked. Fuck, is he jacked as fuck.
I want to see players like that who score 30 and get under your skin.
Yeah, and
piss
rock
you
cats.
off and rock you.
I can't wait to.
Where are those guys?
Are we gonna put the video of him rocking JR and then put tag JR?
Oh my God!
Oh God, I don't know.
Broke his jaw. How about he says, "Well, JR was like talking shit."
That's why I said about Matt Bradley. That's why I said about don't talk shit like that. Matt Bradley was. I remember I told
and
you.
he said, "Who'd he tell on the bench? I'm gonna get his ass.
I'm gonna fucking get him."
Shane Corson.
You can't do that, man. Like if you're gonna fucking beat guys like that, like you fucking who knows what he's saying to him,
right?
And it's like I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get you.
Roenick scored on the play, but
so what?
But
you got knocked the
he
fuck
kind of
out.
did what players do now. They did it back then too, but back then it was way more dangerous. It's like running out in the middle of the highway when you cut in the middle of the ice, man. Because
you know
somebody's head.
Because again, when I back check on guys, when I used to fuck guys up on that until we started getting suspended, is I'd go back and they don't know you're there.
And we're gonna get Bill Clement on, and Bill Clement's doing the call. He's on the call, and he's like, "That's a clean hit."
Oh Jesus! But my point is, like when you're back checking like that, and they dump the puck in, like they only have two options. They're going to dump the puck and they're going to cut to the middle, or they're going to cut to the middle and shoot the puck. Yeah. So no matter what, they're cutting to the middle and they're getting fucked up. Yeah. And now you can't do that. And I got dinged for 6 games because Matt Bradley was talking shit to me. My whole family was there. I'm like, I'm fucking you up. And I did.
What was he saying? Like, you suck.
You fucking suck. You fucking hillbilly. Fucking. I'm like,
you hillbilly loser from Eureka. Is that what he said?
I'm going to motherfucker.
Did he say you piece of shit from Eureka? Is that what he said?
No, he chirped me hardcore and I go, he's a really good guy.
Is he?
And I go, I'm going to fuck you up. And I did, and it was bad. And I got dinged for 6 games. And then when I got suspended, a couple of guys on the Washington Capitals up in the press box tried to fight me.
No, they didn't.
Erskine was up there, who's my buddy.
Oh, he's tough,
No,
too.
but he wasn't doing it. It was the other guy, number 20. He was a big guy. I can't think of his name. He played for Washington, and he's like trying to fight me in the press box.
What do
I go,
you
I'll
mean?
fuck you up.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God. I'm sorry.
Who separated this?
Oh, everybody was in there. Oh, yes.
Were you in Jersey or in...
No, I was in St. Louis. And after the game, I went down to the locker room to say sorry to him. I went down, and then I remember seeing...
Sorry to who?
Matt Bradley.
Why were you in the press box?
Because I got kicked out of the fucking game.
So why didn't you just stay in the dressing room?
Well, I just went all around.
You looking for pretzels, whatever? You would do that. You go
sit in the
freaking.
But he got pissed at me.
Seats,
it might not have been the press box. It might have been underneath in the underbelly, right by the locker room when I went down to apologize. Mm-hmm. And he came up to me. You fucking.
Who did? Oh, number 20.
Number 20. Number 25. Number 25. He played there forever. Big guy. Played there forever. We got to look it up, man. You got to look it up. I forgot his name.
Okay, well, we'll look it up.
He'll know what I'm talking. But I go
for the Capitals, number 25.
Yep.
That really helped me.
No, he's a big guy, very good skater. Played there for a long time. I swear to God, you could edit this all you want.
Was Ovechkin in the NHL back then?
Yeah. Ovechkin. We won like 6-5 that game. I got dinged for 6 games. I remember being at the club that night with all my buddies at the club. Yeah, that's when you're clubbing it up, right? Mm-hmm. I'm at the club. I get a phone call in the club with all my buddies, fucking jamming out. We had Olympic break. And then Larry Plow calls me. He goes, Cam. I go, oh, Jesus. I go, I just answer the phone like no other. And I walk and I go to the kitchen and I start talking to Larry. He's like, hey, Cam, how you doing there? He goes, yeah, they suspended you. 6 games. I go, okay. He goes like, he said, what you got going tomorrow? I go, well, I'm giving a speech in front of the St. Louis County Police.
Kozlov?
I go,
I'm
giving a speech at St. Louis County Police Department tomorrow in front of like 300 cops. He's like, well, good luck with that. Enjoy your stay. I'm like, Larry's he's the fucking best, man.
I know.
I go, sorry, Larry, man. He pissed me off in the corner. I had to fuck him up.
I mean, when I say I talk to Larry Plow every day, I mean every single day.
I love him, dude. He was awesome.
And I always say to him, I can't believe he answers the phone every time I call.
He called me. I'm in a club. I had to go to the kitchen. He goes,
Jason Chimera.
That's it. Jason Chimera. Big boy.
Yeah, he is a big boy.
He tried to fight me, and we can get him on. He'll talk about it. I swear to God.
He's the guy who almost like got in a fight with a bunch of Blues players underneath, like over the soccer game.
You serious?
Remember?
On that?
Oh yeah.
See what I mean, though?
Steiner. Like I think it was in Columbus, and I think Chimera came out and said, "You guys can't play soccer here. This is where we play soccer."
He's like that.
Yeah,
he's like that.
Yeah, and he's like,
tried to fight me,
and like the Blues players were like, "What? Are you serious?"
Even Erskine was probably like, "What are you doing to him? Like Cam's gonna like, what are you saying to him?"
So Jason, was he a healthy scratch? Or maybe he was hurt.
Healthy.
Who knows?
No, he was probably hurt. Well, it doesn't matter.
And he came up. So he was pissed because you just
I hit Bradley so hard. You can look it up on YouTube.
And you got 6 games for that. So it was a pretty bad hit or what?
You want to look up on YouTube?
Well, I'll look it
up.
It's
horrific. And then I beat. And then
clip that off, Brody.
And then some kid comes up to me and tries to fight me after I hit him, and I piss pump him so fucking bad.
Really?
So it was a double.
I should remember this, man, because I was covering the game.
I had 2 guys, and this is not funny because I got dinged, and you can't do this anymore. And I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit. Fine. But I fucked him up, and then this poor kid, this new rookie, comes up and tries to fight me, and I fucking throw lefts on him and beat his face into the ground. And then you watch the replay. I'm like, oh my god.
You felt bad.
Satan. I'm Satan.
Really?
I'm Satan.
You felt bad. All right.
Well, fuck yeah, I felt bad.
Well,
and then karma bit
know
me
what?
in the ass after that because I got knocked out.
Well, we'll get Matt Bradley on. We'll
hey,
talk about
karma
this,
gets you.
and we'll
you
hook him-
fuck guys up like that,
Yep.
you get hit back. I believe in
Okay.
that. Yeah, homie. I
Um,
fucked up.
Favorite Geoff Courtnall moment? You have one? Think about one.
Yeah. My favorite Geoff Courtnall moment. All the Blues games, all that stuff. Him breaking up with Sarah McLachlan.
That was your favorite? I wasn't expecting that from you. I got to be honest. I thought you were going to say like when he scored a big
I'm
goal
sorry.
Or hit Jamie Storr.
I'm just saying.
Dude, he used to run guys. You know what? He could throw him too. Courts.
I don't know about
Oh,
that.
he would fight.
I don't know about that.
But no, like
could hit
he
guys.
would fight. And
Sure.
like-
I don't remember any fights of his, but that's all good.
Really?
Not really.
Let me tell you this right now.
Okay.
Put it.
Were they Andy
Type
Strickland
is-
fights in high school kind of thing? Is that what we're talking about? Are they
I
like
don't know if I had one.
No, you probably didn't. You probably didn't. Okay, so is that what we're talking about? Like
I
when
don't
you
know
beat
if I-
somebody up in Parkway North? I don't
know if
remember
had
that one either.
I don't know if I had one.
So there you go. Geoff Courtnall was a great player. He was fast. He had a great shot, and he hit guys. And he was a dirty
And
prick, and I
crushed
love him.
guys.
I love him.
And go just YouTube him when we're done with the show, and you'll see some of the fights. Man, he got in a lot of fights. More than Evander Kane, I'll tell you that right now.
There you go.
I mean, he's probably tougher than Evander
No
Kane.
shit.
I would take
Evander Kane's
Courts
a fucking heavy.
to go toe-to-toe against Jake Paul before I would with Evander Kane. I'll tell you that.
Andy, you're out of your element on so many levels. It's ridiculous.
Well, you think Evander
You
Kane
can't
could take Jake
Well,
Paul?
you think fucking Geoff Courtnall, who hasn't thrown a puck, get out of here.
I'm
Just
joking,
stop.
dude.
Well,
I'm
stop.
joking.
Well, don't make me correct you.
Oh, okay.
Don't make me fucking Matt Bradley your fucking
Oh,
ass
my
in the
God.
corner.
I'll go Jason Chimera on you, too.
What are you going to do? Because he didn't do shit.
No.
All he did is
I
talk
think
shit.
you got a
And
little scared.
I think fucking Erskine winked at me like, you're good.
Erskine was cool.
He's the best.
You know,
dude.
Erskine.
He's the most underrated tough guy in the world.
He is.
besides
He was
Bolton
tough as
and
shit. You know, and
Paul
he was
Laws.
I think a second-round draft pick at Detroit.
No, to Dallas. He played
Detroit.
to Dallas.
Or to
He
Dallas.
was a first-round pick to Dallas, I think, homie.
Dallas.
He was in the fucking OHL.
But there was another guy, and I'm forgetting his name, who was one of the Frosty Boys, who was a Detroit draft pick, and I'm forgetting his name.
I'm gonna hang out with David Frost this weekend. I think.
Erskine was a Frost boy.
Oh,
and
really?
he broke away before. He was the first one of all those guys to get away.
We gotta get Erskine on then.
We do, and we gotta
Underweight.
get the head coach of Toronto on too,
Doobie.
who was a
Doobie, Doobie, Doo.
Sheldon Keefe.
Oh, Kiefer. Fuck.
Who was a big time
I thought you meant
Frosty boy. He and
I
Dance.
fought fucking Adam a lot, baby. His
know.
fucking younger
I
brother's
know.
tougher than dog shit.
Yeah, Adam used to run around
Fucking, he
chasing
listens
like
to this.
or Steve Jefferson.
Adam and all
or
those
whatever his
cats
name
listen
was.
to us, by the way. They
Mike
all
Jefferson's brother
listen. Yeah.
wasn't Steve.
Whatever. Okay, whatever.
That's his dad.
It's all good.
But regardless, Erskine was one of the first ones to break free.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away from them.
And I used to
Psycho.
love watching him play because he was like such a quiet player.
Mm-hmm.
He was like quiet, like honestly,
He
he didn't
threw
like talk, and then
Andy.
he would just
Andy.
absolutely annihilate guys.
Andy, he threw so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, we gotta
he
get
was
him on.
so under.
I don't know if he would do it,
I'll
though.
give you an example real quick. I remember first
didn't
fighting
talk
him.
much.
Real quick. I fought him first time in the NHL, and I grab his uni, his jersey, and I rip it, and I see his chest, and he's tatted up like a motherfucking Yakuza fucking warrior. I'm like, oh my God. I grab his fucking jersey and his chest fucking tats are hanging up to his neck, and I'm like, you're tougher than me. Help me.
Now everyone's got the sleeve.
Sarah McLachlan, where are you? Comfort me,
You know,
Sarah.
Everyone's got the tattoo sleeve now, though.
No shit, eh?
In the league. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's not really a
It's not
sign
like
of-
Lubo's Bartek show. It's fucking tat.
I
That
know,
motherfucker.
But the days of like being intimidated because they have a
Even
lot of
Biz
tattoos.
and all those cats have a bunch of tats.
I know, man. I'm just saying. You know, it's like not as intimidating. Maybe it used to be like you're a
Andy,
psycho.
go fight a guy 6'4" throwing heat, and he has
No.
tats up his fucking neck.
I'm
You're
not
gonna be
doing
fucking
that.
scared, dude.
But I'm saying back in the day, you would like it was way more intimidating.
He's a man.
Now, like
I was 20 years old, and I'm fighting a man, and I'm like, this guy's a fucking man. And I'm like, oh God, and he's
now
throwing
you have
bombs
like
on me.
21-year-old like Swedes and stuff like that who come in with like
yeah, like
you know,
Bergie. Like Bergie.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
Bergie. Hey. Like
We
you got
love
tats
Bergie.
over your fucking face.
We
Like
gotta-
you're
we
the
gotta-
sweetest
we
human
gotta
being.
catch up with
I
him
love him
very,
so
very
much.
soon.
God, I
All
have
right,
fun with him.
Car Shield and carshield.com. Mention the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%. 800-857-2481. 800-857-2481. Customize that plan. Do it the way you want it. Do it your way. Your way. carshield.com. Don't get stuck with the bill charging you thousands and thousands of dollars. You don't want that. With CarShield, you're protected. That's all you need to know. How about Bud Light Seltzer? Get those ugly Christmas sweater packs. They've got the variety packs. Also, the original flavors, which we love. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime,
Mango.
and mango.
Mango.
Mango. Nothing is better for your holiday party than mango. We're going to come out with our Cam and Strick recipes, your drink recipes, your cocktail recipes, including what to do with your mango for this holiday season. We'll have that for you very, very soon.
Fucking drink it.
BudLight.com, unquestionably good, and I'll tell you why, because it doesn't have a whole lot of sugar, less than a gram of sugar, 100 calories. You're not going to feel bloated. You're going to feel good when you get through
I like being bloated.
a pack of these Bud Light seltzers. KeepItHandsome.com. Get all the hair products you need to make sure you're smelling good this holiday season.
God, Jamie's got sick-ass hair, man.
It's got good flow.
Our fucking engineer's got fucking
I know.
badass.
Everybody
fucking
does
hair,
but
dude.
you. Everybody does but you.
I got a good sponsor for me.
He's got sick flow.
I got good chest hair.
If you have sick flow or no flow, we've got something for you with KeepItHandsome.com. Get that beard moisturizer, get that head balm, get everything you need to make sure you're smelling good this holiday season, and get that Fight Ugly hoodie. Mention the promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save 15%. The Fight Ugly hoodie, man, we're fighting the ugly. We're fighting the anti-bullying, or the bullies that are out there. We're all about anti-bullying. We fight the bullies.
Yep.
That's what we do.
But then we take care of them, too, if they're good people.
Yes, we do.
We give them a chance.
if they want to turn their life around.
Exactly.
Yes.
We all did.
We embrace you.
I fucked up, man, and I turned
if you
my
made
shit
mistakes in the past, man, we're not going to judge you and hold it against you forever.
Yeah, if you pissed on me in middle school, I'll still like you.
Just say sorry.
Just don't piss in my face.
Mitchell
my
Miller,
mouth or
dude, you
anything.
got to say sorry to that kid, man. You got to say sorry.
Sorry. I did.
Yeah, well,
I said
I'm
sorry.
talking about Mitchell, the hockey player. You just got to say sorry.
Yeah,
You
okay,
got to act
fine.
like you mean it, too. And then it's all good. Once you show that you're rehabilitated, we hook you up with the Fight Ugly hoodie. All right. So Fight Ugly, KeepItHandsome.com. And, of course, our boys over at Bellman.com, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on one side of the street, the Cadillac, the Buick, the GMC on the other side, BehlMann.com, Bellman.com. Get your new set of wheels in time for the winter. Best customer service you'll find anywhere in the region. And, of course, our boys over there at VictorHockeyUSA.com or VictorHockey.com, at VictorHockeyUSA. That's their Twitter. That's their Instagram. Hooking us up. What's his title?
Excuse me?
What's his title? The guy who created the hats?
The title of them. Why
I
you
gave
asking
him
me?
a title for our – he's our –
Shit kicker. Call him the shit kicker. I don't give a fuck. That's a title. What are you talking about?
I said, what's his title before? You said King Dick. That was
King
his...
Dick.
Oh.
King Dick shit kicker. It's the fucking best of the best. That's my fucking nickname. Actually,
That's not
it's small
your nickname.
dick.
That's not your name.
Oh.
Is that your nickname?
Small dick when it's
Okay.
cold. Yeah.
All right. Geoff Courtnall, man, we really appreciate him coming on with us. Lots of respect, mad respect for his incredible career. Great player, and had a lot of fun talking with him here on episode number 96. Check out www.camandstrick.com.
Yeah. Check it out,
If you
boys.
missed any episodes, it's all there. You want to see how to find us on social media, you're interested in sponsoring the podcast, anything you want, you can get all the information right there. www.camandstrick.com.
And guys, sponsors help us keep this damn engine driving, guys. So
right.
if you guys know anybody that wants to sponsor us, you're dealing with us. You're not dealing with a fucking big-ass corporation. And when you do a Zoom call, you talk to us, you see us, you negotiate with us, and we'll work it out. If you want to sponsor us, man, I'll tell you what, it keeps this engine driving, and we're going to keep entertaining you guys. Love you all. Love you all.
That's right.
Especially Sarah McLachlan. I'm just joking.
No,
I
we
am
do.
joking.
No,
No,
you-
I love her.
you're not joking.
No, you're right.
No,
No,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah,
We
that's
do love
right.
it.
Gray hair
Happy
out.
holidays,
Gray hair
Sarah.
out. Gray hair out.
Happy holidays.
Stupid commercial.